pitches. He prepares to dig in against the left-hander, Eric Lauer. Lauer's had an outstanding campaign, part of what is now a six-man rotation. He delivers, and Byron swings and misses, and we are underway. The count is 0-1. That's a fastball at about 91.5 miles per hour, so he's got that left of the dial fastball. But Lauer from the left side, a little bit of funk, and he'll mix and match his pitches as he misses inside, and the count is 1-1. What's he go to when he's looking to punch out?
He's got the cutter, curveball, slider are his three off-speed pitches. Fastball, you said, not a high-velocity pitch. That is the pitch that he gets the most strikeouts with, however.
Big swing and miss by Byron as he chases a ball that darts down and away from him. That's the cutter. It's 1-2. We'll throw some changeups to righties, but by and large, he's got that platter of pitches to choose from. And where would they be without Eric Lauer this year? Certainly not 4 games clear of Boston in the American League East. Lauer very deliberate, high leg kick, and the pitch is fouled away by Buck, and the count is 1-2.
And I think there's got to be a little bit of deception in his delivery. And we've talked a lot about Byron Buxton and first pitch fastballs and how often he swings at those. We don't see him swing and miss very often at that pitch. So a little bit of deception there, and I think that changeup, as much as anything, makes his fastball more effective with 2 strikes.
He misses wide here, and the count is 2-2 to Byron Buxton. Buxton, Jeffers, Wallner here in the opening frame. Twins' well-documented struggles against left-handed starters this year. Byron's been pretty good against lefties, been pretty good against everybody. And he swings and hits one well in the air to right center field. Varsho chasing after it. He's at the base of the wall, and that ball is gone for Byron Buxton. A leadoff home run for Byron, who does a hop, skip, and a jump between first and second, pumping his fist as he rounds third. A lap for Buck and a 1-0 Twins lead.
That is a beautiful swing from Byron Buxton. We do not see him go the other way very often. We certainly don't see him go to right center field over the fence. But he stayed on that fastball and smoked it.
404 feet to right center. That's his 5th career home run in this building. Does have a 3-homer day in this building, and there's an early lead as Jeffers swings and fouls straight back, and the count is 0-1. Boy, some emotion for Buck as he came around first base perk. Now, unfortunately, this year, it seems more often than not, Buck hits that leadoff home run on the road, and then the offense goes to sleep the rest of the day. So let's see if they can keep that from happening and pick up where he left off. Pitch down and in, and the count is 1-1 strike to Ryan Jeffers. Beautiful swing from Buck.
I don't think that he thought that ball was out, much like Keyshaw last night, running hard around first base, and I don't think that batter runner can really see where that ball ends up.
Big swing from Ryan. He fouls it away. It's 1-2.
But then as soon as he saw that ball was over the fence, that's when I don't know what, it's the Buck truck, but what do you call that? That's honking the horn.
Yeah, honking the horn. He was pumping his fist and honked the horn. Big smile on his face. 7th leadoff homer this year. 16th of his career. Number 26 on the season. Here's Jeffers watching high, and the count is 2-2. Pretty good take there from Ryan Jeffers. That pitch did not miss by much. It was a curveball. They tried to drop it on the far outside corner. 1-0 Twins lead before the seats are warm. Roof is open here at Rogers Center. As a pitch wide, it's 3-2. We have no hot dog record to chase here tonight. After the final number, we signed off at 92,000 plus, ended up over 96,000 hot dogs last night. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Foul territory near the Twins dugout, and that one's going to land in the Twins dugout, right on the net on top of it. And it stays at 3-2. Jeffers pinch hit yesterday. He was a big part of the late rally. He spun a ball into right field that took a sideways hop. Would have been into the seats for an RBI ground rule double. Instead, there's a net that extends down parallel with the foul line deep in the corner here. And it played right off that net and stayed in play for a single. Ryan back behind the plate tonight. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on a fouled away. And the Twins are forcing Lauer deep into his bag of tricks early. He's thrown 13 pitches, and he's yet to record an out. Wallner waiting anxiously on deck. Jeffers waiting. Wide stance, right side, hard ground ball toward shortstop. Bichette to his left, scoops it up, goes sidearm to first. And Ryan Jeffers is out number 1. So 1 out, and here's Wallner, who has homered now 4 times in the last 3 games. He hit the game changer last night after Mickey Gasper's first tied the game in the 9th. Wallner, first pitch, 3-run blast, his first 3-run homer of the year. He has 20 long balls. That is a career best, and that was the game winner. All 3 of his homers here in Toronto have been on the first pitch. Lauer delivers, and he catches the inside part of the plate with a strike, and the count is 0-1.
That was Matt Wallner's first home run with more than one guy on base in over a year, just over a year. He picked a good time.
They set up away here. Heineman has the target low, and the pitch is left in, and Wallner smokes it foul on the right field line. And it's 0-2. It was great to have Wally on after the ball game. He is such a fun guy to talk baseball with. He's funny. He's deadpan. He's self-deprecating. He gets the game, promotes his teammates. Always learn something when you talk to Matt Wallner. No balls and 2 strikes. Target up. And the pitch is high, and the count is 1-2. What was the first thing he told us was, let's talk about Mickey Gasper.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and also, as a big, powerful guy that hits the ball far, you think, oh, see ball, hit ball, he's a slugger. But he's got a hitter's mind, an incredibly intelligent hitter.
He's the guy other hitters go to talk about heat maps and arm slots and pitch usage and sequencing. Very analytical guy.
But also, I love that he brought Mickey up first.
Yep. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lined to right field. There's a base hit for Matt Wallner. Now, that was just a cutter. And Wally kind of decelerated his swing, but all arms still strong enough to pull it through the right side for a base hit. And how about this? Matt Wallner entered this season with 14 career hits against left-handed pitching. And with that swing and that base hit, he now has 14 hits against lefties this season alone. Given the opportunity, he's taken it. Wallner at first base for Kershaw. His home run started that rally last night, turned a 4-0 game to a 4-2 game as he watches a first pitch high.
And there has to be a carryover effect for lefties that get to play against lefties, just as far as keeping them in the game, the routine, the rhythm of not having those days off, not having to learn how to pinch hit, just being able to come to the field and play every day.
Pitch down and in, 2-0. Well, you can't learn to do it if you never get the chance to do it.
And as much as you want him to have success against lefties, my belief would be that it almost has to help him for all of the other days as well. And so maybe the performance against righties is better because he's also getting to take at-bats against lefties.
2-0, a big swing and miss, and they count 2-1. You know, with Buck belting that leadoff homer, the Twins now taking all the drama out of it. 23 straight games here in Toronto with at least one home run. A streak that started with Eduardo Escobar and Max Kepler, and a streak that will be alive, a franchise record in an opposing park, at least until next year. Torres jumps out from behind the plate and calls time. Ball and a strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 in. Kershaw, right-handed batter, went deep to left yesterday. Two-tone bat, brown on the top, a little ash on the bottom. Holds it menacingly over his back shoulder, and he swings and misses, and the count is 2-2. Luke Kershaw is just a bundle of potential energy, whether he's on the bases, whether he's at second, whether he's in a box. He just feels like a coiled spring ready to snap at any moment. Tucks his sliding mid into his back right pocket of those gray traveling pants. Twins wear the navy blue tops. Kershaw in red across the back, white numbers, white batting gloves. As he awaits a 2-2 pitch. Wallner getting a big secondary lead. He goes. The pitch is down and in. The throw from Heineman. Not in time, and Matt Wallner steals second. So on ball 3 to Luke Kershaw, Wallner got that momentum lead, and Wally swipes a bag.
And that was a great kind of hop skip for Wally. He spent a couple of pitches there timing Lauer up and finally went. And I think the fact that Heineman had to come up out of his crouch to make that throw, that's what made that pitch a ball, because that was a fastball on the inside corner that should have been called a strike.
First stolen base of the year for Wallner, and he's in scoring position for Keschall. The boost got the green light, and he's rampaging through the infield. Here's the pitch, and it's taken for called strike 3. Keschall tried to sell it. He was 4 or 5 steps up the line, but that ball was center cut. And Keschall makes a quick right turn and heads into the dugout. It'll be up to Brooks Lee.
It's interesting. The only other time this year that Luke Keschall hasn't looked like Luke Keschall at the plate was against Lopez, the lefty with the A's. In that at-bat, 2 swing and misses at fastballs. He took a fastball in the inside corner that should have been a strike, and that one there was at least a ball up from the bottom of the zone.
Now it's Lee's turn. See if he went to school on that as he takes a breaking ball low. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I think as Keschall gets more plate appearances, gets more at-bats against lefties, we'll find out kind of how other teams are attacking him. But certainly the lefties have given him a little more trouble than the righties have.
The 1-0. Line drive foul down the third base line. Leaping effort by the ball guy who's made a bunch of good plays. Didn't make that one. It hit the net above him and bounced out into fair territory. It's a ball and a strike to Brooks, as Brooks was well out in front of that fastball. Even the ball guy has a Mickey Gasper, Davis Schneider mustache here in Toronto. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-2. Wallner's in scoring position for Lee, who's driven in 55 runs this year. First full year in the big leagues for Brooks. Still a lot to work on, but certainly some positives that you can glean from this season. He certainly looks comfortable overall now that he's moved to short full-time after bouncing around prior to the trade deadline. Switch hitter leans out over the plate, and he swings and hits one in the air to right. Should be playable there for Lucas. Lucas drifts back, squares his shoulders, makes the catch, and the inning is done. But 1 run for the Twins on 2 hits, including Buxton's 26th home run of the year. We saw Matt Wallner's first stolen base, but this Twins strand Wallner at second here in the opening frame. They do give Simeon Woods Richardson a 1-0 lead to play with as we keep it here at Rogers Center. Low, 1 ball, no strikes. Simeon lost a bunch of weight. He had a parasite. They had to go in and remove the parasite, and he had to build back some strength. He pitched a couple times in the minor leagues, and a breaking ball is looped towards second base. Keschall backs up and catches it, and Springer is retired. Addison Barger will be the hitter, but that's not a typical arm injury or sprained ankle there. That's a tough one to come back from, and Sim, I think, on a positive note, He looks like himself. He sounds like himself. He had the big Sim smile going, and I'm excited to see him back on the mound.
Yeah, and he looks good physically, and there's not going to be any limitations on him, Rocco said before the game.
He delivers a first-pitch fastball, and that's a strike to Barger, the lefty, playing third base today.
He's good to go, and excited to see him back out on the mound.
Working quickly, and a little fair ball scribbled out in front of the plate, picked up by Jeffers, and he throws out Barger. And there are 2 away. Simeon Woods Richardson's never going to blow you away with the velo perk. When he's been good, he spots the heater and he sets the fastball up with his other pitches.
He does, but I talked to him after the start that he had in L.A. It ended up being the shortest start of the season, but I feel like one of the innings that he threw was the best that we've seen him look in a Twins uniform. He was throwing gas, 95, 96 that day. He's not going to get up there today, velo-wise, but it's in there.
He misses into Vlad, and a swinging miss, and the bat ends up in the net. Chunk of the bat came off.
No, that's his thumb guard.
Is that his thumb guard?
That's his thumb guard? Yes. But for Sim, yeah, it's all about the breaking balls. And really, the linchpin for him is the changeup. And that's something that he's been working on trying to find. He went to the split to try to get a little bit more depth and something off of that fastball. So finding that, being comfortable with that. But we did see him in a really good place. And then he lost his delivery, walked a bunch of guys.
Remember, it was after the play at first base.
Yes, kind of blew up his outing, and he said that he tweaked his hip back.
The 1-1 well hit to left field for Vlad Guerrero Jr. Martin chasing after it. He's under it. He makes the catch on the warning track in the corner. So a quick inning for Simeon Woods Richardson. Good to have you back, Sim. We've played one. It's 1-0 Twins on your home for Twins baseball.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm only facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm only facing it all.
Delivers, and Clemens swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. Cody Clemens, Royce Lewis, Austin Martin, your 3 Twins hitters in the second after a 28-pitch first inning from Lauer. Lauer pitched at Kent State. Big leg kick in the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to center field and deep. Varsho going back right at the base of the wall. Varsho leaps up and makes the catch right at the top of the barrier in straightaway center field. Cody Clemens gave that a healthy ride to center field, just to the left field side of the 400 sign in straightaway center. Varsho leaped up, made a fairly easy catch, but if he doesn't catch that, that ball might be gone.
I think it was just short of the top of the wall. he made that look easy.
He's a very skilled defender in center field, Dalton Varsho.
Not an easy catch that he made look pretty routine.
Royce Lewis is now the hitter. And Lewis watches wide, 1 ball, no strikes. You know, the Jays have a lot of different pieces, and we're seeing Schneider in left tonight. Barger is playing at third. We are not seeing Ernie Clement. Clement broke his hand yesterday as a swing and miss, and the count 1-1. Was that 2 days ago he got hit by the pitch? Did Joe hit him? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joe did hit him.
2 days ago. So he played yesterday, and he got in a bang up at third base with a sliding Matt Wallner late in the game. Wallner ran into an out at third base, and there was, I guess, a cut that required 10 stitches on him, and Clement not playing.
And not only did he play the next day with a broken hand, he finished the game last night.
The pitch fouled away, and it's 2-2.
With apparently a wound.
A laceration.
That required stitches.
Yeah.
So
Tough guy, hockey guy. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Royce. He's hitless in this series, 0 for 8, after coming here 7 for 8 career in this building. So things have leveled out, and he swings and misses, and the strikeout of Royce Lewis is out number 2 in the inning. Well, if nautical nonsense be something you wish, then get to Target Field for Nickelodeon and SpongeBob Night, Friday, August 29th. This special theme night package includes a ticket to the game and an exclusive co-branded Twin SpongeBob jersey. Reel in the fun at twins.com/SpongeBob. Austin Martin now the hitter. Martin was part of the comeback rally last night. And again, he was a guy name-dropped by Matt Wallner in our postgame as he pops this one up. Get out of play. It's going to be down the right field line. Headed for the seats. Luke is chasing, and that is in the seats. And it's 0-1. Wallner pointing out that both he and Austin Martin base running gaffes that cost the Twins big time in the 7th and 8th innings. But then both were able to pick themselves up, stay in the game, and be a big part of the comeback with big hits in the 9th. No balls and a strike to Austin Martin. Originally drafted by the Jays in the first round. He fouls this one away, and it's 0-2. He has skills, he has speed, but we've seen time and time again base running issues for Austin Martin, and it's not like he's reckless, Perk. It's almost like he's over-analytical on the bases sometimes.
It's always the hesitation. Last night wasn't that. Last night was just a poor read.
The pitch taken wide, and the count is 1-2.
We've seen him be indecisive, I think, on the bases a couple of times, trying to take the base after hesitating, after going back. And yesterday just completely misread Brooks Lee's line drive to right field.
The base running, being a plus on the bases has to be part of his game as he lines this one the other way for a base hit. Nice job, Austin Martin. He got a cutter, and you could see him recognize the pitch and a perfect bat angle. Didn't try to do too much with that ball. He spanks a line drive the other way for a 2-out hit. Well done.
And I think the right play against Lauer with that changeup cutter combo for these right-handed hitters, just staying back, hitting that ball the other direction. He wants to get you out front. That's how he got Royce Lewis to strike out.
Now here's Eddie Julian. Got a throw over to first base, and Martin dives back. You brought it up a couple of nights ago about run expectancy with 2 outs, runner at first, and the way the Twins are playing.
I would say this time I would leave Austin Martin there and I would let Eddie Julian hit. Lefty on lefty, you want to trip. Julian gets a base hit, great. Then you got Buck up with 2 guys on.
Martin has a big lead, and he's going. And the pitch is high. Heineman got rid of it quickly. Martin overslides the bag, but he's safe, and he steals second. And the Twins obviously see something in this Lauer-Heineman combination they think they can run on, and that's the second swipe already in the ballgame.
And I think part of it, the lefty already picked over one time. And so then you can go first move. I actually saw an interesting conversation between Dallas Braden and Mackenzie Gore talking about with the rules now and the pitch clock and the throwovers that lefties are actually at a disadvantage in holding runners. And that especially after a throwover, guys can basically go first move.
As a breaking ball drops in on Eddie 1-1, is that because you don't want to burn the back-to-back throw? The guys aren't going to throw over twice in a row?
Yes, and it's always a first move, and I think you can be a little more confident after that first throw over. that the pitcher's not coming over again, and so then you go first move.
Pitch hit Eddie Julian. Was up and in to get his bat instead?
Yeah,
No, it did. That one, well, heat seeker, and it found the bat. Eddie would have been at first base. Instead, it's 1-2. Pitch that just ran arm side up and in and got the bottom knob of the bat. So Braden and Gort, here are lefties, and you guys for years have had the advantage holding runners.
And I had never seen it, never really thought about it from that perspective, but it makes sense. And listening to that conversation, I agreed with them.
1 ball and 2 strikes. A look back to Austin. He's at second with 2 outs. And the pitch. And it's off the plate away. Good take. It's 2-2. Now, my other partners, Danny and Paul, would say that you guys balk every time you throw over anyway, so it's about time.
Lauer balked on that throw over with Martin. It's the first thing I look at every time a lefty throws over is where does that foot come down, and Lauer just about landed in his normal foothold.
2-2 pitch. And Eddie takes a called strike 3. Down goes Eddie Julian. 3rd strikeout for Eric Lauer. 2 of them have been looking. We've played 1.5. Twins lead 1-0 on your home for Twins baseball.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step, still hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it
Pitch to Bichette, who leads Major League Baseball in hits, multi-hit games, and hard-hit balls. Is taken for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 11-game hitting streak for Bo. Leg pulled high and the pitch delivered wide. It's 2-0. Simeon Woods Richardson has had some real bright flashes for the Twins. At the deadline, they got deeper in terms of starting pitching. That was the goal as the pitch fouled away. And I feel like Sim really rises to those challenges of having more starting pitchers. You know, when it was all about Zebby and David in spring training, Sim pitched his best baseball.
Yep.
2-1 is fouled straight back, 2-2.
Well, and I've always felt like he's, more than any other pitcher on the Twins staff, the guy that needs to pitch with a chip on his shoulder. And that's the kind of thing that puts a chip on his shoulder.
Working quickly here in the 2-2 pitch is swung on and hit to the left side of the diamond. Backhand pickup by Brooks Lee. Flips over to first base and Bichette is out. And Dalton Varsho will be the one-out hitter. Yeah, he also is the one guy you can read the body language more than any other starter. Zebby, stoic. Festa, stoic. Ober, you'd never know if you're up 10-0 or down 10-0. Joe, good luck. You're not reading that astrology map. But With Sim, you can tell. When he's feeling good, you can tell the way he walks, how quickly he sets up. There's just an energy about him.
He's got a little more hop in his step.
Yeah. Very focused. 1 ball and no strikes to Dalton Varsho, Wisconsin native. Second generation big leaguer. They're all over this Jays roster. It's a big swing and miss, and it's 1-1. Right in the middle of their order, Guerrero, Bichette, Varsho. They all grew up in big league clubhouses. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Twins lead, and a pitch is down, 2-1. Now, John Schneider, manager of the Blue Jays, he and Jace Tingler had a long talk before the ball game. They were teammates with the Dunedin Blue Jays in 2004 and 2005. 2-1 pitch is on the corner for a strike to the lefty, 2-2. Schneider was a catcher. Tingler an infielder, who was a 10th round pick out of Missouri by this Jays organization. Chris Woodward was also on that team, who also went on to manage the Rangers. As a pitch wide, it's 3-2. So 3 big league managers on 1 A-ball team. They were 23, 24 years of age at the time.
Kind of crazy.
Pretty remarkable. Payoff pitch, no walks here. Marshall lines one to left center field. Buxton chasing after it. Into the gap he goes. And one premier defensive center fielder retires another. And there are 5 up and 5 down for Simeon Woods Richardson. David Schneider now will bat. Schneider steps in, looks back, chats with Ryan Jeffers, says, "Where's your mustache?" I thought this was a meeting of the mustache guys. Last night with Schneider and Mickey in the same vicinity, it was a win for Lipworms everywhere. There's a swing and miss, and the count is 0-1. And I have pledged to you that if you make a 3-city trip next year, I will grow a mustache on that 3-city trip.
Well,
I just have to shave it before I get home, or they won't let me in the house.
Drew's listening right now.
0-1 pitch is down, and the count is 1-1.
Put me on that trip.
It's not pretty, Perk. It is not pretty.
That's the whole point.
1 ball and 1 strike. On the way. And the pitch bounces, and the count 2-1. We were having fun comparing passport pictures on the bus and the plane. And here's one that got both of us. Corey Provis looks like a soccer hooligan in his passport photo. He looks tough.
He looks like a guy that I would not mess with.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think the name Jason Statham was thrown around as a swing and miss in the count 2-2. It might have been thrown around by Corey.
I said you look like an MMA fighter in this picture.
And that's why we were curious if they would let him in the country, because
it's not what he looks like in real life.
It's not what he looks like in person. More of a cuddly little teddy bear. As the 2-2 pitch is down in the count 3-2. But then you looked at mine and you asked me, I think you asked me how many nights I spent in jail. I was not a happy guy. I took that very literally when they said don't smile for your passport photo. 3-2 pitch on the ground, foul, third base line. Back-to-back full counts here. Varsho line to center, and now it's Schneider. Lucas is on deck. 1-0 Twins lead. We're in the second. Simeon looks out over the top of that black glove. He has the long dark sleeves, the high socks, and the pitch hit high in the air. Left field, Martin going back, drifting to the base of the wall, looking up, and it's gone into the upper deck. Davis Schneider ties the game with a moonshot to left. That ball was in the air a long, long time, to the point you thought there was a chance that it might drop and be playable for Austin Martin. Instead, it drops into the beauty tone deck just inside the foul pole to tie this game at a run apiece. Ninth of the year.
That ball was hit as high as it was far. And I thought, I'm with you, I thought maybe that ball goes foul, maybe that ball falls short of the wall with the height that it had.
David Schneider gets to put the jacket on as a pitch missing to Nathan Lucas, the count 1-0.
45-degree launch angle.
It was way up there, only 366 feet. It came straight down into the second row there of that mezzanine. As a strike called 1-1. Ninth of the year for Schneider. I say he puts the jacket on. They have a sport coat, a suit coat, and it has stitched on the back of it the name of all the various countries Jays players have come from. As a pitch foul away, and it's 1-2. Japan, and they've got the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and America and Australia. They've got all sorts of different kind of countries stitched all over the jacket, and it looks like a well-traveled suitcase that has different stickers on it. 1-2 pitch is swung on a line foul for Lucas, who's been a tough out in this series. And it stays 1-2. He was number 2 in the order the last couple of nights. He's dropped down to the 7 spot here this evening.
He's got a couple of hustle doubles in this series.
A lot faster than you would think looking at him. 2-strike pitch is wide. 2-2. 1-1 our score. Couple of solo home runs. Buxton to right center. And then Schneider pulling one down the left field line. Lucas swings and misses, and this inning is done. That's the first strikeout for Simeon Woods Richardson, and the second is over. But the Jays have equalized. It's 1-1 after 2. We'll check in with...
Let's see if we can figure out the following
You just like to know how it's different, you know, what it's like on the other side of the fence, I think, more than anything.
And then look forward to throwing stuff at guys on the other side of the fence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Here's Byron Buxton. He takes a ball inside, 1 ball and no strike.
They all downplay it. They all want to face Louis. They all want to take him deep. Louis wants to strike out every guy in that dugout. That's the part that they're not telling the truth about.
1 ball and no strikes to Byron, and Byron takes a strike in the count 1-1. Homered on a 2-2 pitch to right center his first time up. Now, Cole Sands a little different, obviously not a hitter. He's not going to face him. Cole Sands actually still flinching after running back into Louis Varland, because Varland had a habit of wrestling Cole Sands to the ground. As Buxton drills this one deep left, it could be, and it is. Home run number 2 for Byron Buxton, and the Twins lead it 2-1. 27th of the year for Byron, in the same ballpark where he's authored his only 3-homer game. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of long balls, and that one got out in a hurry. 114 miles an hour off the bat. That was a clothesline to left.
Yeah, that ball, blink and you miss it. Gone. Just a line drive from Buck. He hits that ball a foot to the left, it hits the wall.
Oh, man, that smile in the dugout lighting up all of Rogers Center right now. Jeffers the batter, and a pitch down, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. That's the home run that the shortstop jumps for.
Yeah.
Wow, is he strong and quick inside. The 1-0 to Jeffers as the Twins pull that home run right back. It's wide to Ryan, 2-0. Getting back to Sands and Varland, it was not unusual to walk into the clubhouse and see Cole Sands all pretzeled up with Louis Varland shown him a leg lock or some sort of a pin maneuver on the floor of the clubhouse as a strike called 2-1. Sometimes voluntarily, sometimes not so voluntarily. And when they met up in the outfield here, Louis kind of bluff charged him like a grizzly bear, and Cole turned and ran away. Pitch is inside, and the count is 3-1. I didn't get a chance to talk to Louis, and I wish I had. You did have a chance to see him out in the outfield, though.
Yeah, I got to catch up with him and just had to check in. Him and I are cut from the same cloth.
Yep.
Can't imagine how difficult that was for him.
3-1 popped up back at first. Vlad Guerrero Jr. back in the lineup on the field for the first time in a couple of weeks. A little tenuous, but he catches that pop-up staggering to his right. And there's one away.
But he's happy. I think he's excited about getting a chance to pitch down the stretch for a team that's going to go to the playoffs. They've been good to him. The guys have been good.
You know, and having a Shane Bieber, having a Max Scherzer around, that, I mean, there's no shortage of guys you can lean on to learn your craft here in Toronto. Here's Wallner. Singled and stole a base in his first trip. Pitch on the way. And Wally pops this one foul back at home. And it's 0-1. Hey, elevate your gaming experience as a member of Treasure Island's Passport Club. Join for free and you'll receive access to exclusive benefits, promotions, and more. Visit TICasino.com for all the details. We talk about Buxton one swipe away from the 2020 club. He would be just the 7th different Twin to do it, the 8th occurrence. Torrey did it twice as a ball down, 1-1. If he keeps hitting home runs, he's not going to get to steal any bases.
He's bypassing first base. Can't steal second when you're touching home.
Wallner awaits and swings and fouls. Wally's got his 20 homers, so now he's got that first stolen base out of the way today. Maybe he goes all Bo Naylor on us or Josh Naylor on us here the rest of the way. And
yeah, he's got about
crash that club.
4.5 weeks to steal 19 more.
What did Naylor steal, like 11 bags in August? 11 or 12? Remarkable. One of the slowest players in the league. Pitch fouled away by Matt. Stays alive 1-2.
Yeah, he's like 24 and change feet per second.
Yeah. More than just foot speed to steal a base. As Josh Naylor has said, half of it is just not being afraid. Do the work, study, and then go. Wallner fouls up the first base line. Stays 1-2. So Byron and Wally with multi-homer games here in Toronto. We mentioned the home run rate in this ballpark, 5th highest in baseball. 2-1 Twins lead. We're in the third. They had the pitch. Checked at it, was inside, and the count 2-2. For all the talk about Wallner against the lefties, the quality of the plate appearances are really good. He's grinding out some at-bats, fouling some good pitches off, taking others.
Staying on breaking balls down and away as well. Tough pitches to hit, but pitches that he can foul off.
Now we're having problems with the pitch com as Heineman will go out along with Carlos Torres. See that 55 on Heineman and the Blue Jays. I think of Russell Martin every time I see that double nickel on a Blue Jay uniform. Apparently there was no problem with the device. Torres waves everybody back and says, we're good to go. 2-1 in favor of the Twins. Couple of solo home runs for Byron Buxton. He whistled one to right center, and then he hit an absolute laser to left. 27 now on the year for Buck. What a year he's having. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit well for Wallner into right field. Lucas has a play on it. Racing into his right, he makes the catch. Keyshaw will be the batter. We're in the top of the third inning. It's a second consecutive road series where the Twins are playing a night game on getaway night. Happened against the Yankees. Didn't get home till about 2:30 in the morning. That'll be the case again tonight. The one bright spot, no game tomorrow for Minnesota. Pitch on the way to Luke, and he swings and fouls straight back in the count 0-1.
That game had a rain delay, right?
Yeah, it had a rain delay, and it started late, and it was a New York game, so everything took longer. Traffic to Newark was awesome, though, because it was very late. No balls and a strike. And it's down and in, 1-1. That was the day poor Bailey Ober was pitching the next night. So he tried to fly home on a commercial flight, ended up spending just hours at the airport, and the flight never left. Came back to the ballpark and ended up flying with us. The 1-1. Swung on and hit well for Keyshaw, left field. Fairly deep. Schneider going back. Varsho's back. That ball is gone. Luke Keyshaw snuck it into the second row. Keyshaw goes deep for the second time in the series, and his fourth round tripper in the big leagues gives the Twins a 3-1 lead.
Safe to say he made the adjustment from his last at-bat.
You could say that. Hit that one 101 off the bat. It was a slider, and it was a ball that I certainly wasn't sure was out. Schneider and Varsho both were headed back into that corner in the gap above the out-of-town scoreboard, seemingly very intent on being able to play that baseball, but Keyshaw had just enough spin to get that up and over the top of a fan in a Vlad Guerrero Jr. jersey. As Brooks Lee pulls one foul up the third base line, it's 0-1.
That ball ended up getting out fairly easily, too.
Yeah, it had a little lift on it, a little backspin to it. Nice job for Luke. Again, stone-faced in the dugout. You'd never know if he struck out or hit a grand slam. Lauer's given up 3 long balls, and the 0-1 to lead bounces. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, and we talk about the issues with lefties. When your righties are mashing, that irons out some of the wrinkles when you have a ton of left-handers in your everyday lineup.
Sure does. That was the first homer that Lauer gave up on a slider all season.
Pitch inside to Brooks. Good take. It's 2-1. Brooks Lee has 13 home runs. Bulk of them have come from the left side of the plate. Did become the 6th Twin ever to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game. And he swings and hits this one really well to center field. Varsho going straight back, deepest part of the park, leaps at the wall, and he made the catch. Dalton Varsho stole extra base hits, if not a homer, from Brooks Lee, smashing against the top of the wall in center field. He made the steal on Clemens look easy. That one had an incredible degree of difficulty, and Varsho, showing why he's one of the best in the business, wasn't going to leave the ballpark, but that had extra bases written all over it. Twins will settle for 2 in the top of the third. They lead 3-1 on your home for Twins baseball.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web.
And if I asked you to list all of the players in Major League Baseball with a 900 OPS or better, you probably would go a ways before you got to Tyler Heineman.
I don't know if you'd get there, would you?
I wouldn't have. It's a pitch wide 2-0. So Mike Petriello dropped that little nugget on us on Tuesday. Heineman, well-traveled, has been with Miami, Pittsburgh, Toronto, Boston, back to Toronto now. 2-0 pitch low, it's 3-0.
And it's not just the offense. He's tied for 5th among all catchers and defensive runs saved. He's throwing out exactly 1/3 of his base stealers. That's tied for 3rd best in the American League.
3-0 pitch misses. He takes a 4-pitch walk here. As the second base runner for Sim, it'll be the first time Simeon is in the stretch. The only other base runner was Schneider, and it was a home run lap. So the hitter is Jimenez, 3-1 in favor of the Twins. Heineman's got a little Michael Kadire in him. When he was in the minor leagues and when he was playing in winter ball, he used magic tricks to kind of break the ice as one of the young guys in the clubhouse. It's a strike called 0-1. And it started with card tricks, and then he got deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and full-fledged magic act now for Heineman. I still am baffled by how Kadire did some of the tricks he did. It's the 0-1 delivery is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And Cuddy told me he picked up the card tricks because he was always the youngest guy in the clubhouse, and he wanted to break the ice with the old salty veteran.
I've seen Cuddy do tricks for years, and I still have no clue. And I'll go into it knowing what trick he's going to do, and still have no clue. His sleight of hand is...
0-2 is hit foul down the third base line. Stays 0-2. I'll never forget. It had to be 2007 or 8.
Luis Castillo?
No, it was at the end of the year party, the team party that the Bullhead family would throw, and there was a paid magician working table to table, and people were not giving the magician kind of, I think, the response that he felt he deserved as Jimenez fouled away. And he kind of got frustrated, and he's like, "Oh, really? You can do better?" And Michael stood up, took the deck of cards, and went table to table and completely upstaged the magician. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Swung on a roll to first. Backhand by Cody Clemens. Goes to second for 1. The relay from Lee. Back to Sim. Not in time. Bang, bang play at first. Twins might want to take a look at this one. They'll definitely get Heineman, and that's going to be a 3-6 putout at second base. Simeon Woods Richardson staring into the dugout, and they will not challenge. Will go as a fielder's choice for Jimenez. He'll be the one-out base runner for Springer. What was the Luis Castillo?
So Cuddy did one of his tricks, and I believe it was the one where you pick a card, and then you keep it in your hand, and then somehow it ends up in the box.
Or on the other side of the
in somebody's pocket somewhere else. And it was like, at whatever point in the season, there was a long stretch after that where Luis Castillo would not even look at Michael Kadire. He did not trust him.
Pitch in, 1 ball, no strikes.
Did not want to be around him. Cuddy did the trick. Castillo got fooled by it and walked away. And we thought, oh, he's coming back and he'll joke around. No, that was it. He was terrified of Cuddy.
Witchcraft.
Yes.
Ground ball back up the middle for Springer. That's a base hit in between Keishall and Lee. Jimenez pulls up at second. George Springer just keeps on swinging. He's hit safely in all 6 games against the Twins this year. That's the second hit off Sim in the ball game, and they're on at first and second now for Addison Barger. Well, there were those great Twins TV commercials, and in one of them, Kadire cuts Johan Santana in half, and then he has the book upside down, and he can't put him back together. It was for TV. And I remember the Yankee sideline reporter came in and was interviewing Michael in the dugout, and very earnestly asked, "Is it true you cut Johan Santana in half?" And he's like, what? She's like, "No, I heard you cut him in half." And Johan walked by as a pitch high, want to know. He's like, "Well, he's fine. That was just a commercial. So you didn't really saw him in half?" New York TV market, man. Anything for ratings. 1 ball and no strikes. Big spot here as the Jays put a couple on behind Simeon Woods Richardson. Twins up 3-1. Pitch on the way to Barger, and it's down. It's 2-0, and Jimenez is getting a huge lead at second base. And Jimenez always scares me because I don't know how many times we've seen either him or Jose Ramirez in a Guardians uniform take third in a big spot against the Twins. Getting a big secondary lead out there. 1 out, 2 on. Sim looks back at him. Lee creeps in a little bit behind him. And the ball is hit high in the air, popped up, shallow right. Wallner in, Keyshaw out. Keyshaw makes the catch, and the runners will have to check themselves. And before Vlad Guerrero Jr. bats with 2 outs, let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the home for Twins Baseball.
This is your flagship home for Twins Baseball. News Talk 830.
Huge at bat here. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is one of those guys who can just smell runs batted in. Twins lead 3-1, and with 2 outs, got to get off the field. Vladdy flied out to deep left in his first trip. Sim delivers, and the pitch is just off the plate. Boy, that's a good pitch. Just wide. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Slider there at 87 for Simeon Woods Richardson. Look back to Jimenez at second. Springer's at first. The pitch to Vladdy is a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Well, that's a good pitch. One thing about Simeon Woods Richardson, Perk, he's not afraid. There's never been anything tentative about Sim on the mound.
He's going to come right at him. He's not getting ahead right now, so he's a little bit of a high wire act, playing with fire.
1-1 is down, and the Flames licking at his feet here. It's 2-1.
This is the 12th hitter that he's faced. He's only been up 0-1 3 times.
7-pitch first inning, 24-pitch second, including the home run by Schneider. That inning also included a couple of full counts. Vlad Guerrero Jr. now the object of interest in the batter's box. The pitch on the way. And Vlad watches low, and now 3-1. So he missed with a slider, got the strike with a heater, but I think he wants to stay away from that fastball to Guerrero in the zone. So he's missed with a couple more sliders. You can't just groove a heater here to Vlad Guerrero Jr. And you certainly don't want to walk him either. 3 balls and a strike. Sim in a pickle. The pitch was taken wide, ball 4. Came back with the fastball, but it was off the plate. You talk about a high wire act. Well, they just pulled the net out from underneath. And here's Bo Bichette, who leads the league in hits, with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 3rd. Obviously a pretty big spot here. Pete Mackey's going to come out and chat about it with Simeon Woods Richardson. You just hit it on the head, not getting ahead. If ever there's a need to get ahead, it would be right now. But the thing is, Bichette knows that too.
Yeah, and it's tough. He needs to be able to get his off-speed stuff over the plate early in counts. He can go to the fastball if it's not a fastball count. And he hasn't gotten really burned yet. But he's pitched very carefully. And even there to Guerrero down 3-1 in the count, it was a fastball, but he knew this has to be on the corner away or it needs to be a ball. He can't miss back over the plate, and then he'll start over with Bichette. So there was a little bit of calculation there to Guerrero. But now he's got to figure out what's my pitch here to get up 0-1. The first time to Bichette, it was 4 straight fastballs before he got him to ground out on a slider. I don't know if he goes first pitch fastball again here. If he does, it's got to be inside.
Bichette from the right side. Bases full of Blue Jays. Twins lead 3-1. The 2-out pitch is taken for a ball, and he did, in fact, start him off with a slider, and it missed down and away. It was a splitter, actually. A pitch he did not throw to Vlad. So 1 ball, no strikes. Simeon needs a strike here, and Bichette takes one. Ooh. And the count is 1-1. That was a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That helped. Ball and a strike. Bases full for Bo Bichette. Pitch on the way. Came back with a fastball and missed with it. 2-1. As much as they love the slider to Vlad, not so much with Bichette.
But again, if you're in an even count, if you're ahead, it's okay.
He's down here 2-1. Tight to the chest, now the pitch, and it's a check swing, the appeal to first. He went. Bichette knew it. Bichette was furious with himself for swinging at that pitch. It's 2-2. The crowd's booing, but the angriest guy here was Bichette. He's mad not at the umpire, he's mad at himself.
Well, that tells you right there that he's looking for a fastball.
Do you throw him another split here, 2-2?
I wouldn't throw him a fastball.
He hasn't shown him the slider at all. Bases loaded, 2 out the pitch. Swung on and fouled away down the right field line. The ball was a fastball, and it was on the bottom rail at about 95. That's pretty good velo from Sim. And Bichette reacting late to it. He let it travel. He fouled it away down the right field line. High drama here in the third inning. Twins up 3-1. 2 outs, bases loaded. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fought off the hands. And it stays 2-2.
He went back to the split there. That one ended up middle. An ugly swing from Bichette. Defensive.
You don't want to leave that pitch there again, though.
With Sim, three fastballs in this at bat, all at 95. Why not try one right up at the top of the strike zone?
2-2 pitch. The frame is up, and the pitch is swung on and lined into left field. Martin coming on, and Martin lets it drop and makes the catch on the hop. 2-run score, and it's tied at 3. Oh, I thought he was going to catch it. He came running in, and then Austin Martin put on the brakes. It hopped in front of him up into his glove, and it's a 2-run, 2-out single, and it's 3-3 in Toronto.
Sim threw a good slider. Bichette hit that ball off the end of the bat. And so I don't think that had quite the carry that Austin Martin thought it was going to have, and that's a good call by Austin to let that ball bounce in front of him. He's got no backup. If he dives for that ball, it gets over his head. The bases are clear.
Almost that change-up type swing where the swing looks big, but it came off the end of the bat, so it freezes the outfielder a bit. Now they're on at first and second for Varsho, and Varsho takes a strike. So Sim ahead of the count here. Varsho lined out sharply to left center, and Byron Buxton. He's made 2 wonderful catches at the wall to steal extra base hits from Clemens and Lee tonight. He bats left-handed, and the pitch swung on and fouled away down the third base line, and it's 0-2. 3-3 our score. Boy, great read on that play by George Springer from second base. He was running right up the back of Jimenez, and why not, right? The ball, if it's caught, the inning's over anyway. And he was steaming for home, and he scored the tying run. The pitch swung on and fell back towards us. And the count stays at 0-2. You jumped up to a good catch down there?
Little tip drill. Guy in a blue Bichette jersey tipped it to a guy in a powder blue Bichette jersey.
All right, there you go. That's
one-handed catch.
Proper order of things. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 J's still on. And this one hit high in the air, popped up to right. Clemens is there. Keyshaw is there. Keyshaw calls off Clemens and makes the catch, and the inning is over. But a 2-out, 2-run single for Bo Bichette, whose hitting streak is now 12. After 3, it's 3-3.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is apotop.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally seeing
Lauer throws a pitch off that new mound. They were patching up some potholes on it. They've got the rake. They've got a bucket of extra material. While they were doing that, we were watching, not going to lie, we were watching the commercial where Michael Kadire cut Johan Santana in half. And how about Best Supporting Actor for Juan Rincon?
So it was Juan Rincon with the saw,
Yeah.
and it was Cuddy with the book, saying the
spell or whatever it was. Yeah.
casting the spell. Then Juan Rincon.
Beautiful Best Supporting Actor type role from Juan Rincon in that one. As Lauer still fiddling around out there, it looks like they were digging out around the rubber.
Right at the rubber, and I'm guessing that both Sim and Lauer must put their foot in the same spot. So they got some clay out there, got it all packed in.
Now what do they've got dirt and a broom, and then is that water they're spraying?
Yeah, got a little water.
And there were 4 members of the grounds crew out there, and now the tamper.
See, and I said it the other day, these starting pitchers are such prima donnas. Get out there in the 9th inning and figure it out. That thing's all chewed up. There's footholes on the rubber. There's footholes in the landing spot.
I was watching a piece with Cam Schlittler today, the big right-hander from New York, and he looks down at his feet when he's in his windup, and he said he was in Double-A, and the opposing manager was accusing him of not being engaged with the rubber, and he actually had a couple of swing and misses taken away from him, called balls or illegal pitches. So kind of to make a mockery of the opposing minor league manager, he kept looking, making a big show of looking down at his foot. And he found that mechanically it lined him out so beautifully that he still does it. You pitchers, man, you guys are just a different animal. This portion of Twins Baseball is brought to you by United Healthcare, your hometown health plan. Learn more at uhc.com. Lauer is finally satisfied, and after much delay, he'll see Clemens, Lewis, and Austin Martin. 3-3 our score. 3 runs on 5 hits for Minnesota. 3 runs on 3 hits for Toronto. All 3 runs on homers for the Twins. 2 for Buxton and 1 for Kershaw. Clemens hit a ball to the top of the wall in center field. Varsho made a very graceful play to jump up and grab it. The ball that Lee hit to end the 3rd inning was a rocket to center field. And there wasn't time for a graceful leap. It was a full-speed lunge at the wall by Varsho to grab that one, and he took a pounding as he hit the wall shoulder first. Strike one here to Clemens, 0-1. If you like good center field defense, this is the game for you. Buxton and Varsho. 0-1 pitch. Waved at by Clemens, didn't want to, and he steps back to collect his thoughts now that he's in an 0-2 hole. Clemens fly to center against Lauer in the 2nd. Lewis struck out, and then Martin singled and stole 2nd. Pull shade is on. Pitch delivered. Swing and miss, and Clemens is out number 1. He's the 4th strikeout for Lauer in the ballgame. Twins have never trailed. They led 1-0 on the Buxton home run. Schneider tied it with a home run. Then Buxton and Kershaw both go deep in the 3rd. It was Bo Bichette extending his hitting streak to a dozen games with a 2-out, 2-run line drive single to left off the end of the bat. And it's now 3-3. Here's Royce. Lauer with that newly fixed pitching plate to work off of, delivers, and the pitch is fouled away down the right field line over the first base dugout and into the seats. It's 0-1. No hot dogs to count tonight, but another huge crowd here in Toronto. We're going to see about 125,000 people are going to watch the Twins over 3 games here in Toronto. Pitch bounces, and the count is 1-1.
The crowd tonight was a little bit late arriving.
But they filled in.
I think they must have been at the concession stands.
If anybody was getting a hot dog tonight, you just have to be like, really? Pitch on the way. Swung through when you count 1-2. I'll tell you one thing that pops up on menus here. Pea meal bacon. Have you had the pea meal bacon?
I don't even. I thought you were going to say poutine.
No, they have the poutine, but pea meal bacon. It's almost like a breaded type ham. It's an interesting chunk of flesh.
Ham is Canadian bacon.
I'm going to ask Curtis to explain what pea meal bacon is. Can you get in my ear and tell me what that actually was? I ordered it and I was massively confused.
Is it like?
It's not smoked bacon. All right. Just ham.
But Canadian bacon, what we call Canadian bacon, is also called ham here.
A 1-2 is low, and the count is 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And Lewis awaiting. He struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the second. He struggled to lay off the off-speed stuff. Gets a heater here, and he pops it up at foul. Back at first. Vlad chasing after it. Jimenez racing over near him, and Vladdy makes the catch over his shoulder, blindly reaching out to grab it. He had Lucas in front of him, Jimenez next to him, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. says, "I'll take that, thank you very much."
Kind of surprised that Jimenez deferred to Guerrero there. Jimenez got a better angle on that baseball. Vladdy over the shoulder, tracking that one the entire way.
Vladdy was very convincing in telling Andreas to lay off. He grabs it. There are 2 outs, and here's Austin Martin. Martin has singled in his first trip. And the first strip or pitch here is down and in, a breaking ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
But Vladdy's got a Gold Glove too, right?
I do not know that. I know he does not grade out well, and he takes a lot of heat for it at first base. As the 1-0 is delivered, and it's a strike, and the count is 1-1. The 2 guys on this team...
He won one in 2022.
Yeah, the 2 guys who take grief, though, for their defense are Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Also the 2 guys who match. 1-1. Swung on a rip back up the middle for a line single. Nearly took the hat right off Lauer's head. But we have seen Austin Martin spray a ball to right and now drill a ball to center here tonight. And it's been as quick and aggressive as his swing has looked in a long time.
That ball was scorched right back through the box. Right past Lauer's head.
A really pretty swing, though.
Yeah.
Well, he ran with 2 outs last time. Let's see what happens with Julian in the box here. Left on left, Julian awaits. He struck out looking in his first trip. And the pitch is on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. If he can dot that breaking ball down and away to Eddie, that really puts him on the back foot.
Fastball, he went fastball, slider, curveball to Cody Clemens. Pretty good sequence.
Throw to first base. All right, so here's the question. The lefty threw over, so now if you're Austin Martin, are you thinking he's not going to throw over again and getting an extra lead?
I don't know. If I'm Lauer, I'm going to hold the ball until that pitch clock is to like 1 and then maybe throw over again.
It's at 2 now. Now it's at 1, and he throws over again. Look at you. Okay, so now you've used up both of your disengagements.
Now you got a slide step. Or you're just going to let him steal second base.
What we have yet to see, what we saw once, and it was Chandler Simpson with Tampa Bay, and he got a rundown and ended up safe anyway, is, okay, you're going to take an extra step, and I'm going to pick over and get you. Comes to the plate, Martin doesn't go, and the ball is lined into left center field. It finds the grass, and it bounces all the way to the wall. Martin getting to third. He's getting a windmill here from Tommy Watkins. Relay to Bo Bichette. The throw from left center. The slide. He's safe. On the backside, Julian goes to third. The ball squibs away from Barger. Eddie's going to score, and it's 5-3 Twins. The circus is in town, and the Twins take the lead under the big top at Rogers Center. Give Eddie Julian an RBI double. Austin Martin, good piece of base running, and when the ball came through from Bichette and got away from Heineman, he threw back to third base. Julian slid in, and the ball got away from Barger, and Eddie completes the Little League home run, and the Twins lead by 2.
There's a lot to unpack from that play. Austin Martin with a great read, number 1. Number 2, he ran into third base hard, so Tommy Watkins had no choice but to send him. Austin Martin wanted to score there. He scores easy. And great job by Julian following behind in the wake of Austin Martin.
Byron Buxton, first pitch hacking, lines one into the seats foul, so he's now taken 3 swings, 2 home runs, and a foul ball into the seats, and it's 0-1. I'll go back even farther than that. That's a nice piece of hitting by Eddie Julian. He went down and got that ball and split the outfielders in left center field. And then the good hard base running from Eddie. The throwing error is going to be charged to Heineman on the backside to allow that 5th run to score. 0-1 to Byron. Swung on, a hit on the ground is short. Bichette hoovers this one off the dirt, throws high to first. Byron safe, the ball's into the camera well. And the only one with a play on it is Audra Martin, as Byron Buxton's going to go to second. So a throwing error on Bichette, and Buxton now at second as the inning continues. So a little sloppy here for the Jays. We mentioned Bichette had some questions about his defense, but to me, because that's a fairly routine ground ball for 99% of the players in the league, Byron Buxton going up the line, and it wasn't like he was flying up the line. Bichette just airmailed him.
Yeah, and Buck, we've seen him, I think, run hard out of the box when the fielder picks the ball up. He's not gonna stay at full speed going down to first base, and I don't blame him. Save the legs when you can. That ball was just airmailed by Bichette. He fielded it cleanly. He had plenty of time, but right out of his hand, that throw had no chance.
I do think that fielders know that Byron's in the box, and they're not watching him to see what he looks like coming out of there, but I think their internal clocks get thrown off knowing that Byron is the guy.
Yeah.
And he is now at second base after the second error of the inning. Twins lead 5-3. Here's Jeffers, who is twice bounced out. Byron has a huge lead at second, and the pitch is hammered foul up the third base line, 0-1. But going back to that 2-run play, again, great swing from Eddie Julian. Martin, beautiful base running. He went hard into third. No choice but to send him.
And he made the decision for Tommy very easy because of how hard he ran second to third.
Bichette went out to fetch the relay. He was in shallow left. He made a strong throw. Good slide, though, from Martin. This ball lined into left field. That's a base hit, picked up cleanly by Schneider. Buxton's going to challenge it. Buxton's coming home. They cut the play. Byron scores. Jeffers gets in a rundown to Guerrero, back to Jimenez. He's out between first and second. The Twins don't mind because it's an RBI base hit for Ryan Jeffers, and the Twins lead it 6-3. A trio of 2-out runs here in the 4th inning. We've played 3.5, and it's 6-3 Minnesota on your home for Twins baseball.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager.
His legs look fresh tonight. Davis Schneider, solo homer in the second, leads off, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike. That's that overhand curveball from Sim, and you'll see him use it early in counts to steal a strike. It can be a pretty good pitch.
It's a good way for him to get ahead when he hasn't been doing that tonight.
And this ball hit a ton. Schneider may have his second of the night into the identical spot. Home run Davis Schneider at 6-4. Kirk, I don't have the monocular out, but I think the same fan might have caught that home run ball who got the first one. That is in almost the exact same spot for Davis Schneider, his second homer of the night, 10th of the year.
Well, we don't need the monocular to know that ball was hit a ton again. Sim tried to throw another breaking ball. Stole a strike with the first one, and then Davis Schneider was ready for it the second time. Loopy coming in. A little less loopy going out.
Yeah, he got all of that one, no doubt about it. Home run number 2 on the night. It's a 6-4 game. And a strike call to the lefty Lucas. The count is 0-1. This is like a football game where you're just thinking whichever team can force a punt might have a chance to win it. This ball hit well in the air to left. Martin going back on it, right on the warning trap. Squares up and makes the catch. Let me ask you this, Perk. We got Heineman here with one out batting in the 8 spot, then Jimenez. And there is a lefty. I think Funderburk is up in the pen. Sim's not going 3 times through the lineup. They're starting to hit him pretty hard situation.
Yeah, probably. And I think they've got an eye on the pitch count, too. Rocco said 5 or 6 innings, but you just wonder how long they're going to let him go pitch count-wise, stamina-wise. And I think a little bit of it is going to be, what is the contact? How does he look out on the mound?
He does get ahead here. 3rd straight batter, he's thrown strike 1-2. And that was a splitter strike, and then Heineman swings and misses. It's 0-2. So Heineman saw 4 straight balls in the 3rd, and he sees 2 straight strikes here in the 4th. Hatches up along with Funderburk. The leg kick in the pitch. Swung on a miss, he struck him out. Second strikeout for Simeon Woods Richardson. And there are 2 outs now. One thing about Sim, even as he was coming out of games before that 3rd time through, as much as maybe fans might have been like, let him go, let him pitch, once he kind of got a feel for that's how it was going to be, you could see him saying, okay, if that's the game, I want 2 times through to be as many innings as I can make it.
Yes.
As a ball hit high in the air to right field. Wallner back. That ball's gone for a home run. Andres Jimenez torches the Twins again. And it's a 6-5 ball game. Andres Jimenez hadn't had an extra base hit since the All-Star break. He has 2 homers in this series. It's a 1-run game. And Jimenez, remember I told you yesterday that he had the 2nd most homers against the Twins. He had more against the Royals. Well, now he has the most home runs against the Twins.
Makes a little bit more sense.
He is some kind of player. And Springer steps out. Here comes Jeffers. And I think George Springer is anticipating Rocco being the next Twin up out of the dugout. Springer is 1 for 2 with a line out and a single. Now you got the lefty Barger on deck. Do you dare mess with Springer here, or do you go to Hatch, the righty? Or do you let Sim tangle with Springer here to end the 4th and then go to Funderburk?
Well, Rocco just moved up 1 step closer to the field.
Carlos Torres is looking into the dugout. Springer is looking into the dugout. Rocco now is going to take his card, spin around, and make a stylish entrance onto the field of play, and he's going to come get Simeon Woods Richardson. So Sim in his return staked to a lead, and he's given a couple back. He's given up 3 homers in the ball game, including 2 here in the 4th. It's a 6-5 Twins lead, and it looks like we'll have a pitching change in Toronto. It's brought to you by Uponor, leading with water, enriching lives.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
Springer, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Hatch has been used quite effectively and with length for the Twins. Now that they have McAble, Taj Bradley in the rotation, they got Simeon back today. Hatch still vital in spots like this to piggyback. It's not like you're getting the longest of starts. But I'll say this, even though he just went 3 2/3, I love having a starter listed as opposed to TBA. These are real starters we're seeing now every night.
Having the TBA, it makes it tough on everybody. And so being able to run a starter out there, at least the expectations are higher.
First pitch is low here, 1 ball, no strikes.
But with Sim, with Abel, with Bradley, some of these younger guys, they're going to be on some level of restrictions, whether that's a pitch count, an innings limit, or a batter limit. Thomas Hatch is still going to find his way into a bunch of ball games down the stretch.
Pitch high here to Springer, 2-0. So the same thing that plagued Sim, falling behind, hampering Hatch out of the gates. Hatch, the right-handed Danny Coulomb, a guy who can make every pitch look like it should end at point A, and it ends up like at somewhere between A and B. This ball lined in the air to right center field. Buxton has to back up and play it on a hop. And Springer has his second hit of the ball game. Byron immediately out of the gates looked like he was lining that ball up, and then he realized he had no chance. Full topspin on it, and it was nosediving for the turf. Didn't want it to bounce over his head.
Well, in the way that you have to play these bounces, it ends up looking worse than it really is. And I think the same thing happened with Bichette's one to Austin Martin, where that ball is going to bounce so high that you've got to be careful that it doesn't bounce over your head. So you end up playing it so far back, and it looks like it could be a ball that you'd catch, but I don't think either one of those are catchable baseballs.
No. Here's Barger with a big swing and miss. He can't catch up to that pitch inside. It's a cutter, and the count is 0-1. Well, we're the fourth inning. We've had 2 games worth of excitement. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Twins, 5 runs, 6 hits for the Blue Jays. We've had, 6 home runs? 2 multi-homer games already as a swing and miss, and the count is 0-2. Classic getaway night game on the road. Far from over. Glad to have you with us. Hopefully we can provide a little safe space to while away some of your evening. Been a tough day in Twins territory. The 0-2 is down, and Jeffers jumped up, bluffed to throw. The pitch was down and in, and he was hopping up out of there before the ball even crossed home plate to make sure Springer stayed put. One ball and 2 strikes. The runner goes, and the pitch is popped up. Foul territory, off to our left, out of play, over the third base dugout. And the count stays 1-2. Roof has been open throughout the course of the day. You can see the big tower to our right. They line the openings of the roof with lights, and there's kind of a blue-purple glow over the rim of the roof. The old Sky Dome, now known as Rogers Center with an RE. Here's the 1-2. Runner goes again, and the ball is checked out. The throw is a one-hopper to second. Good tag, but Springer able to sneak a hand in there, and that's a stolen base. Twins are thinking about a challenge, but it certainly looked as if Springer beat that throw.
Nice use of the turf by Ryan Jeffers on that throw and that skill. They're not going to challenge, but I think that made that closer than it was going to be.
It looked almost like Ryan double pumped a little bit, like the ball almost got stuck in his hand before he turned it loose. He ended up making a very accurate throw. But you know what, Perk? That's the old throw. That's the throw to the base, not the new way of getting guys out, which is throwing it towards first base side of things and trying to catch them in their slide. 2-2 pitch is wide, 3-2. In Ryan's defense, that ball was also down and in. That's not an easy ball to make a throw on. Everyone's got to be in sync. Pitcher, catcher, infielder. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You got Vladdy on deck. Don't want to lose Barger in his 18 home runs. Tyne runs at second base. 2 outs here in the 4th. Hatch steps back off the rubber. He goes to that little porcupine plate, scratches some clay out of his spikes. Barger was an outfielder yesterday, third baseman tonight with Clement dealing with that broken hand. Patch doesn't like the first shine, likes this one. Payoff pitch. Swung and a missed. He struck him out, and the inning is over. Changeup was the way to go, and down goes Addison Barger. We've played 4 thrilling innings. 6-5 Twins. We'll check in with Gino next on your home for Twins baseball.
The Minnesota
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm only facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted.
Is 0-1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Twins lead at 6-5. Wallner's been a part of it. Singled and stole a bag in the first, fly to right in the third. And he swings and rips this one foul down the right field line, and the count is 0-2. 4 home runs in the last 3 days for Wallner, 20 now on the year. Buxton with numbers 26 and 27 tonight. Wallner trying to go deep here and join that list we always track with Byron of the games where he homers and steals a base in the same game. I don't think Wally's ever had one of those. 0-2 on the ground at first. Vladimir Guerrero, former Gold Glover, picks it up and goes to the bag. And there's one out for Keishall. Did you look it up? Wasn't he like negative outs above average?
He was
won the Gold Glove?
-3 outs above average, which it used to be the Gold Gloves went to the best offensive players at those defensive positions. That's changed over the years. I don't know how Vlad Guerrero
slipped through the cracks.
Yes.
Well, he almost won the Triple Crown, which probably helped. As Luke Keishall homered and a strikeout. He watches an off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1. 6 probably not going to be enough to win it tonight. The way things are going for these two offenses, you're going to need some more runs. Twins have answered every challenge so far. Offense has come alive here the last 2 nights in Toronto as a pitch fouled off, and it's 0-2. After putting up a big total and winning Game 1 in Chicago, the offense went into hibernation for 3 days. But back with a vengeance yesterday and a come-from-behind win, and they're off and running again here tonight. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke. And he watches down and in. Twins have had a hit in every inning. And they have scored a run in 3 out of 4. Keishall anchors in that dark blue mat helmet. Squats down in the box, brandishing that 2-tone bat. Lauer delivers. Keishall checks at a ball low. Good take. It's 2-2. That's that changeup down and out of the zone. It was just off the corner by a whisker, and Keishall the discipline to take it. Two-two pitch. Swung on and popped up. Back of short for Bichette. The left fielder Schneider is coming in. Bichette says he's got it, and Bichette does. So Bo puts it away, and it's up to Brooks Lee if the Twins are to avoid their first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Brooks flied out the other way in the first and then hit an absolute missile to center field. That was in the third inning following the Keyshaw home run, and Varsho on a full sprint leapt at the wall, gloved it, smashed into the padded barricade, and clutched out number 3 all the way back to the dugout. Stole extra bases from Lee, who pops the first pitch up here back at home.
In 2022, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was the 70th best fielding first baseman in baseball.
I'm going to ask you to go to his house and get that Gold Glove. Ask nicely for it. The 0-1. Check that. Peel the first, didn't go. 1-1. That's the good take again on the breaking ball down. He started out at third, too, didn't he, when he first came up? Wasn't he playing third?
For like a minute.
Yeah. The 1-1 pitch. This ball hit well to left field for Brooks Lee, and that ball is gone. Home run for Brooks Lee. His 14th of the season. The Twins have their 4th of the night, and they push the lead back to 7-5. Oh, that's a pretty swing from Brooks.
Davis Schneider in left field did not move on that ball. Usually you get one courtesy step from an outfielder. Just reactionary. But Brooks Lee on a fastball middle in. That's a rocket, no doubter.
Pretty swing. Good coil. Schneider didn't even give Lauer the courtesy of moving as Clemens will bat. He's 0 for 2. Still no 1-2-3 innings as Clemens takes a strike. Danny was telling us on the last homestand that he once did that to Bert, and Bert said, "Hey, quit showing me up. Why don't you run a little bit?" And as Danny said, so I jogged to the warning track 49 more times that year. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and foul tipped, and the count is 0-2.
It was either Jose Batista or Edwin Encarnacion. Pick your Blue Jay that hit a bunch of home runs at Target Field against us back in the day. But Delman Young ran in so he could see where the ball landed. Pat Neshek was pitching, and he hung a breaking ball. And Delman ran in so he could see where that ball landed in the third deck.
Clemens rips a single to right field. That's a clean rip. 10th hit for the Twins, and Lauer having a rough night at the office. It was an 0-2 fastball, and John Schneider gets a roar of approval from this Blue Jay crowd as he comes out to lift Eric Lauer from the game. Well, the narrative coming in, Twins struggled against lefties. Lauer's been so good. Twins beat him up tonight. 7 runs, 5 of them earned on 10 base hits and 4 home runs as Lauer exits here in the...
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight.
and he popped him up to second base. Man's big, thick-shouldered righty, bearded. And again, he has been very, very effective. He inherits Clemens at first, Lewis at the plate. And Cody runs wide away. Pitch is high, the throw is high, and Clemens steals the bag. Jimenez tried to deke him, lost his sunglasses in the process. That's the third stolen base for the Twins, and Perk, I love that. On the very first pitch, take off. That's good scouting report. That's good preparation. And now, again, as you mentioned, you've doubled your run probability with 2 outs.
And you can't imagine that very often a reliever comes in and the first thing they do is pick over. Especially against a guy like Cody Clemens. He doesn't run a ton.
More athletic than you think he is, but yeah, not a burner.
Certainly.
The 0-1 is wide and the count 1-1. I love it. Love the play. And the Twins have obviously seen something with the Jays and with Heineman in particular behind the plate that they feel they can take advantage of. We've seen Martin, Wallner, and now Clemens steal. Come on, Royce, the 1-1. Royce fouls it away in the count 1-2.
They're stealing him off the pitcher because Heineman's catching numbers are really good. Above average caught stealing, above average pop time.
To be fair, that was not a good throw, though. I mean, he airmailed that one.
That was not. That was a Hail Mary throw. The high leg kick from Tommy Nance.
1-2 pitch. That one's high, and the count is 2-2. 2-out solo homer for Brooks Lee, and then Clemens rips a base hit to right field, and that sent Lauer to shower.
Well done, word guy.
You like that? This half inning brought to you by Dr. Seuss. Nance in the pants delivers, and this one is hit into right field for a base hit. Cody Clemens rounds third. He's going to score. RBI single Royce Lewis, and the Twins now lead it 8-5. You can throw that 8th run on Eric Lauer's ledger as well. And nice job of 2-out hitting there for Royce Lewis, flipping that ball over the head of Jimenez to right center field.
Brooks Lee with 2 outs, Cody Clemens, and then Royce Lewis back-to-back. But that's that stolen base right there.
There's your run probability that you add by stealing second base. And let's see if Royce has got moving on his mind.
He stole a base in Chicago.
Austin Martin's 2 for 2. He's ripped a single to right and one back up the middle, and Royce gets the momentum lead. He's going, not even bothering to throw. Heineman didn't even bother, and Royce steals second. 4 stolen bases for the Twins. They are running all over Rogers Center tonight. See if Austin can make him pay. Pitch on the way. Austin bounces this one to Tommy Watkins, and he makes the bare hand play. Bounces the ball to the cutoff man up the third base line. Tommy was feeling a little ashamed of the ball that he mishandled in Chicago. Didn't even try it the next one.
Every once in a while, a squirrel finds a nut.
Yep, he found that one. He was close to the bag. He was played in. Third base coach was played in, and he made that bare hand play. Twins lead it 8-5. They've answered every challenge tonight. Royce Lewis off the bag at second. RBI single and a stolen base. And Austin Martin rolls one back up the middle. Slow roller for Bichette. He's already thrown one away, but this one's on target. Martin is out, and the inning is done. 2 runs, though, on 3 base hits, all with 2 outs. Twins steal a couple of bags, and they push the lead to 8-5 after 4.5 on the home for Twins baseball.
Every pitch, every hit.
Twins have put up 8 runs on 11 hits through 5 innings, trying to just get a stop here. As the first pitch is wide to Vladdy, the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Guerrero Jr. awaits and watches wide, 2-0. He's already motivated by the fact that Glenn Perkins is trying to take away his Gold Glove. Vladdy swings and drives one in the air to deep center field. Byron is back, has room, sets up in front of the warning track, comes back in and makes the catch. And there's one away for Bo Bichette.
The Twins invite you and your furry friends to Target Field on Tuesday, September 2nd for Bark in the Park night. This special theme night package includes an exclusive Twins portable dog food and water canteen presented by Blue Buffalo. Fetch your tickets at twins.com/bark. I can't read it without laughing.
You can't read the fetch part.
At the fetch part.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Going to be a fun night. Bo Bichette was taking all the way, and he takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bichette, a 2-run, 2-out single in the third off Sim. 1 for 2 on the night, a 12-game hitting streak. And he slices this one fouled on the right field line. And it's 1-1. Does Ray fetch?
One time. He'll fetch it one time, and then the second time, if he does go get it, he's not bringing it back.
He just leaves it there. Or
yeah,
leaves.
he'll go sniff it and then go back and lay in his bed.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on a popped up. First baseman Clemens coming in. Jeffers didn't see it. Clemens did, and he makes the catch. Nice job coming down the line. Hatch was looking at Jeffers and pointing at the ball, like, don't you want to go out there? And Ryan's like, no, Cody's got it. And Cody makes the catch, and there's Varsho with 2 outs.
Cody Clemens +1 OAA at first base.
Does Ray jump in the water?
No.
No?
No.
He has like his own little dock. He could be a dock dog.
He's scared of his own shadow.
Here's the pitch. And the bat shatters. It's a foul ball. And the front panel of the bat shears off and ends up 2/3 of the way up the first base line. It's 0-1. He turned that into a flat-facing bat. That's a Jimmy Reese Fungo bat now. He would slice the bat from the top to the bottom to have a flat facing on it to hit fungos. You know, State Fair is ongoing, and I'm not a huge State Fair guy, but one of my favorite things is the dock dogs. Go watch the dogs jump off the docks.
I didn't even know they did that at the fair.
You're a Minnesota guy. You're supposed to know that. The 0-1 is low. It's 1-1. Now, my wife was in the pet industry for a long time, so we go to these pet shows. And I met all these famous dock dogs and surfing dogs. There's a whole world out there. There's a swing and miss. It's 1-2.
I've always been told that poodles like the water, and Ray is 75% poodle.
But 25% scaredy cat.
Yeah.
Swung on a roll to the right side. Keyshaw has it. He picks it up, throws to first. There's your 1-2-3 inning. Haven't had one since the first. Twins get a stop. They hold on to their 8-5 advantage. We'll go to the 6th and talk more about dock dogs next on your home for Twins baseball.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a
An error charge to the catcher Heineman, came home and scored Little League home run style. It's a pitch down in the dirt. He swung through it. It's 1-2. And as much as I love seeing his swing on that play, the heads-up aggressive base running, the smart base running of Eddie was even more fun to see.
Yeah, he kind of just followed in the wake of Austin Martin as he was attracting all the attention in the throw, and Eddie heads up. He had third easy.
1-2. Down in the dirt, and the count is 2-2. It'll be Julian, then Buxton, sitting on 3 home runs today, then Jeffers. Pardon me, 2 home runs today. I'm already manifesting that 3rd home run for Buck. Twins lead the game 8-5. They've out-hit the Jays 11-6. This one far from over. 2-2 pitch. And that is just on the outside corner for a called strike 3. So Julian is out number 1, and here's Byron. Was about to take a legal ID, and I thought, you know what? I'm not risking Byron Buxton hitting his 3rd home run. So we'll take care of that legal business after Buck finds the seats again. He has 1 3-homer game in his career, and it was in this building in 2017. It's been a minute. 160 career homers as he takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. He is 1 home run away from tying Max Kepler on the Twins all-time list, 12th all-time. One out, Nance sets. Holds his hands high, delivers, and the pitch fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Boy, what a boost it would be for this Twins club to pick up a win here in Toronto. They've lost 4 straight series. Really, the Oakland series was the first real kind of downer series they've had. It's kind of sloppy. And Chicago followed suit. There's a foul ball here, and it stays 0-2. And so to be able to recover from that, get the come-from-behind win yesterday, and put some runs up again here today, I think just energizing this offensive group. They're getting help from all parts. Rocco said, hey, the governor's off. You know what? Go run. Go be aggressive. And they've done that. They've stolen 4 bags tonight. Taken extra bases. See, 0-2 swung on a miss, and Byron running down towards first base. Heineman picks it up and throws to first. And there are 2 away. Buck strikes out. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins Baseball.
This is your flagship home for Twins Baseball. News Talk 830 WCC.
Ryan Jeffers now the batter. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Heineman, in chasing after that ball, lost his pitch count device. He's fidgeting with it. They're not bringing him a new one. And now he's throwing even further over. Looks like he's going to have to replace it himself. Whoever's in charge of the pitch count device is a little slow on the uptake there. Slipped that one right onto the shin guard, and Heineman makes his way back to home plate. You mentioned he caught at UCLA. He caught a pretty good staff. Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer were the 1-2 on that staff. And I can't even imagine the politics of having to be the catcher on that staff. But they won a lot of games. Jackie Robinson Stadium. Swinging foul tip in the count 0-1. The coldest stadium on the West Coast.
Yeah.
First time I ever went to do a series there, somebody got sick and they said, hey, you want to come? You can do the series. I'd never been to L.A. I brought shorts and T-shirts. And it's right over there by the VA in Westwood, and it's off campus, and it's sunk down in, and the wind blows, and it's cold. As a pitch taken low, and the count is 1-1.
I played at Long Beach.
Yeah, where the
that
fog,
place is cold as well.
The fog rolls in.
Yeah.
And every time the ball hits the ground, the sand pops up in the air.
That was a cold stadium.
Yeah, very cold. And the 1-1 swung on and hit on the ground towards short. Bichette to his left, picks it up on the back lip of the dirt, and he throws out Jeffers. And the Twins, for the first time tonight, are retired in order in the 6th by Tommy Nance. We've played 5.5. More Thomas Hatch when we return. Twins are up 8-5 on the home for Twins Baseball.
We are live at the Great...
Schneider's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. They both landed in the little beauty tone porch just inside, fair side of the foul pole down the left field line. It's kind of a little patio in the corner hovering up above the home bullpen. Pitch taken for a ball and then a strike. Pardon me, 2 strikes. It's 0-2. The scoreboard says otherwise, but it's no balls and 2 strikes to Schneider. Now he takes a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No, you're looking at Elvis, the umpire, again. It's 2-1. First pitch was a ball.
All right. I'm blaming StatCast on this one, though, because I was watching StatCast.
Well, maybe Elvis is running StatCast tonight.
He's concussed. I don't think he's allowed. Ball 3 delivered. It's 3-1. That will certainly be a highlight of the year for me. The Elvis umpire in Chicago, the Elvis paratroopers as a swinging miss, 3-2. Just the sheer Elvis energy in Chicago. I mean, that is a ballpark that has been lacking in energy for a while. And who would have thought it would come in the form of a satin jumpsuit or 10,000? 3-2, just missed in, and Schneider's on for a 3rd time. It's a walk. And Hatch puts the leadoff man aboard. Don't want that. Here's Nathan Lucas.
Let's head down to the farm with our minor league update. St. Paul outfielder Gabriel Gonzalez went 2 for 4 with 4 runs batted in last night, including the go-ahead 2-run homer in the 9th inning. The Saints closed it out and won 5-4 over the Toledo Mud Hens.
Rocco Baldelli is out after that leadoff walk, and Thomas Hatch is out as well. This pitching change is going to be brought to you by Uponor, leading with water, enriching lives together throughout Twins territory. We've got a scoreboard update with Mark Janoski next.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the
Here, someone who is locked in. First pitch is a strike here to Nathan Lucas, and the count is 0-1. Cody Funderburk throws it. Funderburk is on in a big spot. The lefty Lucas, the switch hitting Heineman, and then the lefty Andres Jimenez. Twins up 8-5, and Funderburk delivers high, and the count is 1-1. Chatted with Rocco about Cody today, who pitched really one of the key innings last night in 1-2-3 fashion. And so much of it is about strike one with Cody Funderburk.
Get ahead, stay ahead.
1-1, cued left side of the diamond and past Royce Lewis into left field. It's a base hit. With Lee shifted over towards the bag at second, and Lewis kind of in and off the line. Bad geometry for the Twins, where Lucas hit that ball, and they're on at first and second out for Heineman. So runners on at first and second for Heineman, who walked and struck out against the starter, Simeon Woods Richardson. Funderburk looks back at the lead runner, Schneider, and delivers, and the pitch popped up. There we go. First base, it's Clemens into the first base coach's box, makes the catch, and that is a wonderful pitch from Cody Funderburk to send Heineman dragging his bat back to the dugout. One away for Jimenez, and the reason that guys like Lucas Heineman so important to get him, it's because of guys like this, Jimenez and George Springer on deck.
Let's see if Cody can get a ground ball here and a ground ball at the Twins infielders.
They play back for two. First and second, Jimenez is already homered, and there's the all-important strike one. That's at 94 with a sinker for the left-handed batting Jimenez. It's 0-1. He has tormented the Twins for years. He swings and fouls here, and the count is 0-2. I was talking with Ramon Borrego, Twins' fine infield instructor and first base coach, and when he was managing in the minors, says he remembers seeing Jimenez as a young shortstop in A-ball and even double-A ball with the Mets, and looking at him and thinking, that looks like a future Gold Glover. High kangaroo hopper towards second base. Hard charge for Keishel. He runs right over the top of the ball, and it's into right field. One run's going to score. Jimenez goes to second, and it's 8-6 in favor of the Twins, with Jays at second and third, and just one out for the top of the order.
Not a great decision by Keishel, trying to turn that into a do-or-die play. It was a high first hop. It bounced way in the air. And then the second hop landed on the dirt. It kicked a little bit to the side. Keishel completely whiffed on it, and that's a ball he needs to play back and just take the out at first base. That's his only play in that situation, and he turned that into a mess.
Or even if you don't get it out, that would be preferable than running over the top of it, because you keep a run off the board. They're going to score at a double, the old infield double for Andres Jimenez.
The second hop kicked away from Keishel. It bounced pretty hard to the right, and he ended up missing that ball by a couple of feet. But that's one, even with that high hop, I think if he plays it off the second hop, he's still got Jimenez at first base. It would be a short throw.
And certainly Schneider doesn't score if you field that. But he ran right over the top of it. Some of the inexperience at second showing there for the aggressive Luke Keishel. Twins still lead 8-6, scored a double. They're at second and third. And here's Springer. Pete Mackey out quickly to whisper to Cody Funderburk. The tied runs are aboard. The pitch is on the way, and it's a first pitch strike, 0-1. A sweeper. Michael Tonkin is up for the Twins. He's up for Guerrero if it gets to Vladdy. One out, and the pitch is just off the inside corner. I like that pitch, down and into Springer. They called it a ball. It's 1-1. The Jays have never led. They've come back and tied the game on a couple of occasions. This one fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Great play by the bat boy. That one came off the net hard, and the bat boy zigged towards the net, then ran back towards the field and caught it over his shoulder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Cody. Here's the pitch. And it's down in the dirt. Nice block by Jeffers. Lucas runs really well. He's at third base. Jimenez can fly. He's at second. But Jimenez hit that little kangaroo hopper, and he's so intelligent. As soon as he saw Keishel charging, he knew he was going to second base. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. He struck him out. Funderburk fans Springer. Boy, is that a big out for Cody Funderburk. Second out of the inning, and now second and third, and Barger is the hitter.
That pitch right there from Cody Funderburk is one that he needs to remember. A back foot breaking ball, a slider, and George Springer, who's been tearing the cover off the ball all series long, looked foolish on that swing.
Now Barger, the lefty, takes down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. That is as big a spot and as big a pitch as we've seen from Cody. And you love to see it. The growth of a young man like Cody Funderburk came to pitching late as the 1-0 in for a strike, 1-1. Remember, he was primarily considered himself a hitter at Dallas Baptist. Mm-hmm. Said he got to Elizabethton and he said, I have no idea what I'm doing. The 1-1 pitch. That's wide. Cody Funderburk said without the COVID season, he thinks he'd be out of baseball. He said that year allowed him to figure some things out. They sent him to Rapsodo. He worked on some things. He said without that year, he might not have made it. As a strike called 2-2, he was a double-A pitcher who didn't feel like he really had a handle on things.
He doesn't realize he's a 6'4" lefty with a funky delivery that throws 95 miles an hour.
Those are all good things. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on behind him. Here we go. The pitch. Down and away, and it's a full count. If he loses Barger, it'll be Tonkin, I think, to face Guerrero. Cody came on, gave up the opposite field single to Lucas. Popped up Heineman. Jimenez, what should have been an out, turned into a bouncing ball double. Then the strikeout of Springer. Now the 3-2. In there for a called strike 3. He threw him a sweeper, and it froze Berger. What a job by Funderburk. Twins lead 8-6. We played 6 on your home for Twins baseball.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
On Monday night, Gruel no record this year. Gruel came on and worked 2 innings. He gave up a hit to James Outman, and he walked Trevor Larnach. Other than that, he took care of his business, including popping up Matt Wallner. And it's Wallner who leads off here in the 7th. Wallner, Keyshaw, and Lee. And home plate umpire has to wave up at the sound booth and say, look, I love a little kickstart my heart as much as the next guy, but we need to kickstart the 7th inning, so could we... Silencio.
Por favor.
Here's the pitch. And it's checked out for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
You've thrown in some French here and there on this trip, and I don't know why you decided to go to Spanish there.
Because I don't know how to say silence in French. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Picked up by Bichette, moving to his right, and he throws over to first base. And he gets Matt Wallner.
This portion of Twins Baseball is brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. Log on to ChevyDealOnline.com to find a dealer near you.
Did you take French or Spanish in high school? You had to take
I didn't
one, right?
take French, and I learned nothing in the Spanish
that you took.
The required minimum, which in hindsight probably should have paid a little bit more attention in Spanish class.
That would have been a good pre-professional course for you. As Keyshaw takes a strike 0-1. Homered earlier. We saw him make the rough defensive play in the previous half inning. Now he's in the box. Trying to keep the offense purring here for the Twins. They went 1-2-3 in the 6th for the first time all night. Keyshaw swings and fouls, and it's 0-2.
My daughter is going to minor in Spanish in college, and I do enjoy speaking clubhouse Spanish to her, who has learned classic Spanish. and it drives her nuts. So I do have fun with that.
She may learn some words that they don't teach in the college classroom.
All the words that she doesn't learn in class.
The 0-2 is in there for a called strike 3. Whoa, Keyshaw didn't like that. That was down and in, but it dots the corner, and Keyshaw's out on strikes, and Brooks Lee will be the batter. Now, the other night, Lee saw Brule, and we wondered, had he faced you before? Because Brule had played at Cal Poly. It turns out he played only briefly at Cal Poly, then he bolted. He left for a JC and then signed. And so Brooks was like, no Moss. I think it's Spanish again, right? As the pitch delivered, and it's in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. He said he barely knew him. He knew his name, but he came and went so quickly, and he didn't leave for another 4-year school. He just kind of left trying to get signed, so he did not have the Poly pride. Here's the 0-1. Swung through, and it's 0-2. A little foul ball, actually, got a piece. Brooks Lee solo home run. We just heard it. He also hit that drive to deep center field in the third. What a beautiful catch Varsho made. Varsho plays a very shallow center. There's a huge gap in left center. Lee batting right-handed, and he watches down and in, and the count is 1-2. Hit that home run from the right side. 14 home runs for Brooks now on the year. Left side, more of his power side, as Heineman's going to come out and chat with Brule. Brule covers his face with his glove. Heineman wraps an arm around him, covers his face with the glove. I would watch a full-length documentary on when that became a thing, when guys started covering their mouths with their gloves so that nobody knew what they were saying.
The lip readers that are out on the baseball field.
A lot of lip readers out there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's taken right down the middle for a called strike 3. Whatever Heineman told him, yeah, he was right. A 1-2-3 inning. Lee is down on strikes, and it's stretch time in Toronto. Twins are holding on to an 8.
Let's see if
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm not facing it all.
Forty 2,361 here tonight. We have had 3 monster crowds. 41, 845, 42, 235, and 42, 361 this evening. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. 0 for 2 with a walk, and the first pitch from Sands, a strike, and it's 0-1. Pulled through last night. He worked an inning. He gave up a walk to Kirk and a base hit to Ernie Clement. And then he got the next 3 guys. Drops a breaking ball in, and it's quickly 0-2 to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Getting tense here late. A lot of action. Twins led early on the Buxton home run. Davis Schneider tied it with a home run as a swinging miss by Vlad Guerrero Jr., and he's down on strikes for out number 1 here in the home 7th. Buxton then hit another home run. Then Luke Keeschall hit a home run. It was 3-1. But then a 2-run single by Bo Bichette tied the game at 3. Then the Twins picked up 3 runs in the 4th. Jays picked up 2 runs in the 4th. Twins added 2 in the 5th. 1 in the 6th for Toronto, and it's an 8-6 Twins lead. Here's Bichette. And Bichette takes a strike, and that's 4 straight strikes for Cole Sands. Oh, 1. And that's high. There goes the immaculate inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sands here in the 7th against the heart of the order. The inning really irrelevant now. It's about who he's facing in a close game. As the pitch is fouled away, and it's 1-2. This series is sponsored by Apple Autos, your hometown dealer, where every new vehicle comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. Plus, you'll always get 1 low price, no pressure, and a 7-day money-back guarantee. Choose Apple Autos for your next vehicle purchase. 1-2 pitch on the way from Sands, and it's chopped to the left side of the diamond, foul. Twins leading 8-6. They'll head home tonight, and we will rejoin our grieving community. Day off tomorrow. There will be baseball this weekend at Target Field with the Padres coming to town. Obviously, that is not top of mind for most of us. As a line drive right field, Bo Bichette, another base hit. Just a really good hitter. Just a really good line drive hitter. That's why he leads the league in hits, hard hit balls, and multi-hit games.
And that's just simplifying with 2 strikes. And I think looking outer half. And not worried about Cole Sands throwing something in, a sinker. Looking out over the plate for the cutter, really, and that's what he got. And just poked it line drive through the right side.
Here's Varsho tying run at the plate, pulls foul 0-1. No stride, too, as Bichette just kind of pivots on that front foot, stays wide on his base, and just a really good hitter. Varsho's 0 for 3, line to center, pop to second, bounce to second. This pitch is down and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Dalton Varsho. Seen a little bit of everything tonight at Rogers Center. Twins trying to hold on. Pitch delivered, and delivered for a strike, and it's 1-2. I think one of the best things that came out of yesterday, and we saw it again today, is just some fight, some battle. You know what? You're going to scrape your knee. You're going to take a couple of blows. Might end up getting your nose bloody, but stay in it. And the 1-2 foul. And I think tonight, for me, he didn't foul it. He went right into the glove of Jeffers. That's a strikeout. Boy, that's a big strikeout for Cole Sands. 2 outs for Schneider. That's got to be the best velocity we've seen from Cole Sands all season. 97 miles an hour, right on the inside corner past Varsho. And Cole Sands, throughout the season, velocity's been down a little bit, but this month of August, he's back up. The 4-seamer averaging 95.5, so we've seen better velocity post-trade deadline from Cole Sands. And obviously a new cemented role for Cole as a strike called here 0-1. I want to get back to what impressed me the most tonight, Glenn, is every time the Blue Jays have scored and this full house has gone crazy, Twins have come back and scored in the next half inning. Yep. Pitch outside for a ball knocked off the glove of Jeffers. He plays it out in front of him 1-1. Where last night was fall behind early, stay in it, chip away, take the lead, win the game. Today has been they got out to a lead. The Blue Jays have clawed back, but then the Twins have continued to add on. Which is often the hardest thing to do. Yes. You know, you get out front and the home team, the heavy favorite, the first place team comes charging at you and you're like, uh-oh, here we go. We had our chance. And not the case. 2 out runs, power, some speed, 4 stolen bases is a strike called here 1-2. There's a sinker at 95 from Sands. Bottom of the 7th inning. All of Boston, all of New York rooting on the Twins tonight. Jays' loss would pull Boston within 3 games at the top of the AL East. Here's the pitch, and it's taken low, 2-2. Looking at the schedule, the Brewers come to town this weekend. That'll be a humdinger of a series. The Blue Jays' last homestand includes a visit from Boston. They also still go to New York. Pitch on the way. Swung on a miss. He struck him out, and Cole Sands fans 3 in a scoreless 7th. And they leave Bichette all alone at first base. Twins up 8-6. We go to the 8th on your home for Twins baseball.
Hey, Twins fans, Benita reminding you to stop by and say hi to us at Carnes and Underwood at the Minnesota State Fair.
Turning kindness into a business model?
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm not releasing it all.
Martin and Sir Anthony Dominguez is ready in the bullpen for Toronto. Cody is 1 for 3 tonight. He has singled, stolen a base, and scored a run. 8 runs, 11 hits, 4 homers, 4 stolen bases for the Twins. Clemens flinches away from a pitch high, and the count is 1-1. Twins up 8-6 here in the 8th inning. Getaway night for Minnesota. It's the pitch on the way. And it swung on and tapped to the right side. Vlad Guerrero comes well off the line, grabs it, nearly falls over, throws wildly to first, and just does beat Clemens as Brule did the heavy lifting on the back end of that awkward play. 3-1 put out by the Gold Glove winning first baseman. Here comes John Schneider, and there goes Brule. We'll see Sir Anthony Dominguez. This pitching change brought to you by Uponor, the official plumbing, infrastructure, and building solutions partner of the Twins. They're driving sustainable change in Twins territory and beyond. Scoreboard update again with Gino next on your home for Twins baseball.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair delivers
He's headed to the tournament, and it's going to be fun to see how it all plays out. And matchups are going to end up being a big part of how that ends up finishing. Sir Anthony Dominguez is on to pitch. The Twins off to such a great start. The 8 runs, the 11 hits, but the bats have gone silent since Royce Lewis delivered a 2-out RBI single in the 5th and then stole second base. Since that point in time, 8 consecutive outs. And now it's Royce Lewis's turn to try to change that tune. Royce Lewis facing Dominguez, and Sir Anthony delivers, and this ball shot towards first and gloved by Guerrero. Guerrero jumps up the ladder and spears it off the bat of Royce Lewis. One pitch for a line drive out, number 2. Boy, hit that ball a ton. And Guerrero looks up at Glenn Perkins, winks, flashes his gold glove, and there are 2 away for Austin Martin.
Yeah, those are both plays that any first baseman makes.
Here's Austin Martin. Martin's 2 for 3. Twins looking for a 2-out rally, 9 straight retired. And a pitch off the plate away, 1 ball and no strikes. Words that you never envisioned saying back in spring training. Twins protecting a 2-run lead here in the 8th, and Genesis Cabrera is up and warming in the pen. That was about 4 teams ago for Cabrera. There's a pitch in, and the count is 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Glenn Perkins' final radio game, 2025, scheduled for tonight. It's the 2-0 pitch fouled away. I'd appreciate it if the equipment was still in working order when you left.
Well, yeah, it's been a year, and I've watched you spill so many times, and I am always neat and clean over here, and then I just dumped a little bit of my drink.
No, it happens. 2-1, taken for a strike.
Thankfully, Curtis was all over it with the paper towels, and we got to the whatever this thing is called.
Just don't tip it over the railing and onto the fans. I learned that lesson in New York.
We kept the liquid away from the transformer box or whatever this thing is called, and we're good.
All right. I wonder what you were doing over there. I saw you run back during the pitching change. I thought you were going to lock Denard in the bathroom so he couldn't get back upstairs for TV.
That missed opportunity on my part.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Long hold and the pitch. And it's taken low, 3-2. Now, don't worry. Perk will be on the homestand on the fancy side of the glass, working television. But it's been awfully fun having you on radio this year.
It's been an absolute blast. The season didn't go how we wanted it to go, but we have had a great time upstairs.
No doubt about that. As ball 4 low, and that is a nice plate appearance for Austin Martin. Forces Dominguez out of the zone. He gets Julian into the box, get that lefty-righty matchup, and maybe a chance to get Byron another swing here. And I'm very curious to see if Martin will remain aggressive on the bases he stole back in the 2nd. And he went early. Not going, and Julian smacks 1 foul, and the count is 0-1.
Martin certainly timing Dominguez up over at first base. I believe every runner at first base tonight with 2 outs, the Twins have stolen second base. Wallner, Martin, Lewis. So they have gone.
Not going here, and the pitch is up and away. If there is a concern for the Jays, the first-place Jays, the bullpen is certainly it. And I heard some fans even today just walking around town obsessing over Hoffman's meltdown last night. It's a throw over to first, and Martin dives back in safely. Sir Anthony Dominguez is not a guy who has been known historically to be super quick to the plate. No balls and a strike, 1 ball and a strike to Eddie Julian. Already an RBI double tonight, and he takes a pitch on the outside corner. Boy, just twisted that splitter right onto the outer edge. And it's 1-2 now to Eddie. He has doubled home a run and ended up scoring himself on that play in Little League home run fashion. He's fanned twice looking. Heineman knows it. He sets up outside. Runner goes. The pitch is high and wide. Great pitch to throw on. Strong throw. Martin is safe, though, as the throw sailed a little bit on Bichette, and Martin able to slide in underneath it. It was a perfect pitch to throw on for Heineman, a borderline pitch out. But Martin steals his second base of the ball game. The Jays are contemplating a challenge. They will not challenge. That's the 5th stolen base for Minnesota tonight.
Yeah, that's basically, for all intents and purposes, a pitch out to Heineman there. And Martin just stuck his hand in before that tag came down.
Good slide by Austin. And now Julian watches low, and it's 3-2. And just knowing they're going to run, I mean, there's an impact on opposing pitchers. Meaningful stolen bases, not running just to run, running to get in a spot where you can affect the ball game. That has to be a part of Austin Martin's game with his skill set, and I love seeing him unveil that part of his game for us here tonight. Come on, Eddie. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Eddie Julian. Cap off your homecoming with a big swing. He takes high and wide instead. Ball 4. Back-to-back 2-out walks are something no reliever wants, but how about when those back-to-back 2-out walks bring Byron Buxton into the batter's box? So 2 on for Buck, who's 2 for 4 with a couple of homers. That'll get a P. Walker visit out to the mound. Enjoy an afternoon at the ballpark with the family on Sunday, August 31st. The first 5,000 kids 12 and under receive a Twins-branded squishy pillow presented by U.S. Bank. Grab your tickets now at twins.com/tickets. Questions certainly here about how they want to approach Byron Buxton. And I think part of that conversation has to be maybe not a first pitch fastball.
If it is, it's going to be up and in. And if teams are throwing Buck fastballs with intent, they're throwing it into that kind of up top of the strike zone, inner third spot, trying to get kind of underneath his hands and tie him up a little bit.
We've seen a couple of times late in games in spots kind of like this where Byron, who typically is a pull-happy guy, will push the ball to right field and not get a run. We saw it in Chicago for a huge insurance run late. He swings and misses here, and the ball goes to the backstop, and everybody moves up 90 feet. Well, how do you do? A wild pitch. Heineman spikes that ball. Byron down a strike, but everybody picks up 90 feet, and they're on now at second and third.
And I think Buxton was sitting on that sweeper, and I think that's the reason he swung. That pitch was 2 feet outside. But I think Buck's sitting on it, he saw it, and not a pitch that he would want to swing at. But sometimes that happens. When a guy sees the pitcher swinging, it doesn't really matter where it is. They get so excited that they guessed right to swing at a pitch that they didn't need to.
No balls and a strike to Byron. Twins lead 8-6. Looking for a 2-out run here in the 8th. And the pitch is swung on and missed again. The count is 0-2. Another sweeper just on the outside corner. Well, I have to think they'll throw him another one even further out. I certainly wouldn't expect the ball to be anywhere near the strike zone here, 0-2. Martin, good speed at third. Julian at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul tipped, and Heineman couldn't hold on to it. It was off the plate away, a splitter, and it was up. And Byron just did get a piece of it.
Heck of an adjustment by Buck, and I think that's a great call by Heineman. As a hitter, you're thinking either it's another breaking ball or he's going to try to elevate a fastball, blow it by me. And they went with the off speed, and Buck was able to adjust just enough to foul that pitch off.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big spot trying to add to a 2-run lead. And the pitch is wide, and the count is 1-2 as Buck able to hold his fire. Stomping around in that batter's box in his red spikes. Taps the plate, homered in the first, homered in the second. Reached on an error and scored in the 4th, struck out in the 6th. Here's the 1-2. And that one's in the dirt. Nice block by Heineman. 2-2 now. After the wild pitch, you wonder, how aggressive they want to be with Byron with Jeffers on deck.
You have to be able to trust your catcher. And Heineman, really good defensive catcher, blocks well. As long as he doesn't throw it 2.5 feet outside, I think Heineman keeps it in front of him.
At 2-2, do you risk being in the zone to Byron where he can maybe hurt you, or would you rather see if you can get him to fish and maybe take your chances with Ryan?
Absolutely. You're trying to get him to chase.
2-2 pitch, and it's taken down, and the count is 3-2. Byron knows this game too, right? He knows the situation, and he watched that fastball down, and with a guy who throws a split and a sweeper, sometimes that heater down's hard to lay off, but he did. And the pitch. Swung on a missed. He chased it out of the zone. Buck is down on strikes. And Sir Anthony gets out of the inning. So the Twins, without a hit, strand a couple in scoring position. We go to the home eighth. 8-6 Minnesota. This is your home for Twins baseball.
A Minnesota tradition unlike
Your day.
Leading 8-6. It's going to be Miles Straw, though, to take the at-bat for Lucas. Miles Straw, Perk, we've known as a fine defender for a lot of years, but he's found his offense this year in Toronto.
He has. As a lot of the kind of role players for Toronto have, they've been having great seasons. Miles Straw right up there at the top of that list.
Yeah, he's a over 2 WAR player this year. Ty France has moved into the on-deck circle for Heineman. So Cabrera to the righty Straw. Straw, good speed, occasional power, and he watches a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Now, France in the on-deck circle, I'm a little surprised they don't just hit Kirk for the catcher Heineman, if Kirk's going to have to come in and catch anyway.
I guess we'll see what they do if that's their only option. But Kirk has that hand thing, and
That's
last
true.
night, Twins stole a base late.
That's
It
true.
was Austin Martin, and Kirk didn't even bother. It was essentially indifference from Kirk.
So maybe he can't grip the bat today.
That would be my guess.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging miss, and the count is 1-2. He had like a full-on grapefruit sitting on the back of his hand.
It was half a baseball on the back of his hand.
He is the only other catcher on their roster, and they're hitting for Heineman, so he will catch in the 9th inning. Twins lead it 8-6. We're in the bottom of the 8th from Rogers Center. Trying to make it a much happier flight home. The pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Stays 1-2. Hey, looking ahead with Hoffman Weber, the Twins are back at home Friday, welcoming in Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres. First pitch at 7:10, run at 6:30. Look to Hoffman Weber Construction for all of your roofing, siding, and window needs in the Metro and the Brainerd Lakes area. Hope to see you at Target Field this weekend. But again, fully respectful that there's a lot going on in Twins territory. Not a lot of it good. High fly ball to left field, and Martin's under it, and he makes the catch. So 1 out for Cabrera, and France will be the batter. And there's Kirk now in the on-deck circle. So it's simply a matter of how they're going to play this. And it looks like, is that Kirk hitting for Jimenez?
It would be, yes.
But that would be an interesting move, as Jimenez has tormented the Twins forever and is a premium defensive player as well. And he's 2 for 3 in this game with a homer and a double. Well, here's France. France bats from the right side. Twins have held their old buddy pretty much in check. Does have one ground ball base hit up the middle. That's where Keyshaw plays him. And the first pitch to France is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. When he was with the Twins, Ty France and Byron Buxton were together a lot. Like early bus, early work. They were at the hip. That's one of the cool things about baseball, is how guys from different parts of the world end up being close. As a strike called, and it's 0-2. Here's a thick-bodied first baseman from Southern California, lives in the Pacific Northwest, and a fleet-footed center fielder from Georgia. And baseball brings them together. It's a wonderful thing.
Different backgrounds, different positions.
Yeah, it's awesome. 0-2, hit well. Deep left field. Martin going back, and it's gone. Ty France went deep with a home run to left. It's a one-run ball game. How about that? Ty France belting a home run to left. It's an 8-7 game. Just his 7th home run of the year. Ty steps on home plate. It's a one-run game, and Kirk's the one-out batter, the tying run in the batter's box. What a blast from Ty France.
Got every part of that baseball. It was a split from Cabrera. Got it just floated back toward the middle of the plate. Ty France on an 0-2 count was sitting on it.
And now here's Kirk. 0-2 homer for France. There's a strike called, and the count is 0-1 to Alejandro Kirk. For Ty France, his first home run as a Blue Jay, so he got to put the coat on. He might blow the sleeves out on that coat. No balls and a strike, and this one popped up. Back of home. Jeffers loses the headgear. Stay in play on the warning track. That's into the seats. Off the hands, off the head of somebody, and then down into the front row. It's 0-2. Ryan Jeffers came back to the screen, realized he wasn't going to get it, and he provided a public service announcement to the folks sitting in their version of the Champions Club. He put his hands up and he said, "Be careful." And it still plunked a couple of different fans. 8-7. Twins clinging to a one-run lead. Genesis Cabrera facing Alejandro Kirk, pinch hitting for Andres Jimenez. There's a phrase you never imagined saying. Swung on and drilled to left field. It's a base hit for Alejandro Kirk. Kirk takes a turn at first. All he does is hit the ball hard. Now they can't run for him because he's the only other catcher they have. And Heineman has been hit for. But Kirk is at first base, and George Springer is now the go-ahead run for these Toronto Blue Jays. That's going to get Rocco out of the dugout. And it was Springer, the righty, due to bat. And the tying run on base, the Genesis Cabrera experiment here in the 8th inning is going to be over. Rocco wants and gets the ball. This pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, leading with water, enriching lives together throughout Twins.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term.
solo homer for Ty France off of Genesis Cabrera. An 0-2 rip single to left for Alejandro Kirk. And now Michael Tonkin is on with one out and one on to face Springer and try to get into the dugout. Tonkin picked up the win yesterday, gave up a ground ball out to Kirk and a single to Ernie Clement. As a pitch down and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to Springer. 2 more hits for Springer tonight. He had 2 homers yesterday. Got 3 different players with multi-homer games in this series. Tonkin would love a ground ball. There's a huge hole on the right side of the diamond as they hold the runner. A swing and miss by Springer, and the count is 1-1. Nothing easy for the Minnesota Twins and the Jays. They've got championship mettle. They're not going to make it easy. John Schneider, 3 straight pinch hits at the bottom of his order. A check swing, tried to get out of the way. Did he go? I don't think he did. It's going to be ball 2. 2-1. Tonkin, the lanky right-hander. Short lead for Kirk, tying run at first. And a pitch is just wide. Boy, you need that pitch. That's a slider. That was a strike for 60 feet, maybe 4 inches.
Really good take by George Springer after swinging at one 2 pitches ago.
2-2. Misses in. And in fact, that one hit him. Hit him right on the leg. And Springer's fired up, and he's going down to first base. So Tonkin hits Springer, and now Kirk is the tying run at second base. Springer is the go-ahead run at first base, and Addison Barger is the batter. Pardon me, that was a walk, not a hit batter. It was ball 4. The way he was reacting, I thought it hit him right on the thigh, but it just missed in. First pitch misses to Barger, and the count is 1-0. So a walk, not a hit batter. That was a major celebration for ball 4. Pitch up and away, and it's 2-0. Can't fall behind. You know who is on deck in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2 on, 1 out. Barger's 0 for 4. Tonkin delivers, swung on a miss. It's 2-1. The inning started with Miles Straw flying out to left against Cabrera. Then France homered on an 0-2 pitch. And Kirk singled on an 0-2 pitch. Springer walked, and here we are. 2-1. Swung on and belted. Right field, Wallner going back. That ball is over his head. That ball is off the top of the wall. It's played by Wallner. Kirk will score. Here comes Springer. He'll score, and the Jays have the lead. Toronto's first lead of the night comes on a 2-run double off the top of the wall in right center field from Addison Barger.
Tonkin tried to go back to the same breaking ball that he got Barger to swing and miss on. He was sitting on it. Wally out in right field tried to deke the runners as if he was going to catch that ball, and George Springer was not fooled at all. He was off on contact, and he scored sliding in easy.
And here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. 42,000 are on their feet as Guerrero takes a strike. The first lead of the night for Toronto, they just kept coming. Twins had to use Sands, Funderburk, who've been 2 of their better guys early in this game. And now Tonkin delivers in a foul ball up the third base line. It's 0-2. And you can see the Twins bullpen just on fumes here tonight. That ball was nearly a home run for Barger. Just off the top of the fence. Played well out there by Wallner as a strike called, and that's strike 3 on Vlad Guerrero Jr., and he'll take a seat. Tonkin fans Vlad. And Bichette becomes the 2-out batter. This becomes a huge batter. The Twins will have Jeffers, Wallner, Keyshaw. They beat up on Hoffman yesterday, including Wallner hitting the game-winning home run. Keep it a one-run game. Give yourself a chance to land that blow in the top of the ninth inning. Crowd of 42,000 plus fired up as a pitch down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Come on, Tonk. Bichette's 2 for 4. 12-game heater for Bichette. Takes that pitch down and away, and it's 2-0. You mentioned when he had the 2-strike single the other way in the 7th, how he kept his front foot down. But without the 2 strikes, you see he's got that leg kick. He'll lift it fully up off the ground.
And there's guys, Ryan Jeffers does that. There's a handful of guys around the game.
Ground ball towards third, picked up on a low hop by Royce. Throw to first is in time, and the inning is done. The inning is done, and the damage is done. It's a 3-run 8th inning for Toronto. They lead at 9-8, their first lead of the night. We'll see if the Twins can get Hoffman for the second night in a row on their home for Twins baseball.
You got a front row seat to the Twins, even in the backwoods.
Single last night against him. Jeffers awaits, and he takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. The new second baseman is Ernie Clement. Alejandro Kirk is the new catcher. The right fielder is Miles Strauss. The report about Clement having a broken hand. If he does, he's playing second base with a broken hand. He's pounding his glove. It doesn't look broken from here as they pitch high, and the count is 2-0.
I got that info from Corey Provis, and so if they're talking about that on the TV side, they better be, unless he got updated information and then didn't pass it on to us.
He secret squirreled you on that one, old scoop. 2 balls and no strikes to Jeffers. Twins down just a run, and there's a strike. It's 2-1. Twins have pounded out 11 hits, but Perk, they haven't had a hit since the 5th inning when Royce Lewis singled in a run. Tonight, it was Bruin, Dominguez, Nance kind of settling things down. There's a strike called 2-2. Yesterday, as the Twins battled back, they had Funderburk and Sands and those guys. Tonight, it was the middle relievers for Toronto who stopped the bleeding.
And Rocco using those guys earlier tonight to try to get to the late part of the game, hoping he had a bigger lead.
Ryan looks at ball 2. It's 3-2. You had to use Sands against the heart of the order.
Yep.
And trust that Cabrera could get the bottom third of the order, and the Blue Jays bench was just better than him tonight. Well, this one's not over yet. Twins down 9-8, and a full count pitch to Ryan. Swung on and well hit, right center field. Long run for Miles Straw. Straw can't get it, or can he? Oh, he's got it. He grabs it right in front of the warning track. The way he was running, he acted as if that ball was going over his head, and then the former Gold Glover just reached up and caught it in full stride.
Pretty good adjustment. He actually almost overran that ball, and I think he was thinking, this thing ain't getting over my head.
Straw and Varsho, man, it's going to be hard to find grass between those two. Or turf in this case. Here's Wallner. Wallner, the 3-run shot on a first pitch last night from Hoffman. First pitch swung on and fouled back to our left in the count 0-1. This is your shot, if you're the Twins, your best shot to tie it with one swing. They've hit 4 homers tonight. Wallner's 1 for 4. He swings right through a breaking ball, and the count is 0-2. Well, that splitter just disappeared.
And he threw it right off the 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the first pitch.
Difference tonight for Hoffman through 2 batters has been strike 1.
That was a filthy split. Matt Wallner missed that ball by quite a bit.
No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. And the same 42,000 people that were booing Jeff Hoffman last night are on their feet, singing his praises at Rogers Center tonight. Luke Keyshaw, the Twins' final chance. 9-8 Toronto. Crowd on its feet. Keyshaw swings and drives one to left field. It's a fair ball, and it's down into the corner. Keyshaw takes a big turn and spins to second, and Luke Keyshaw quiets 42,000 people with one swing of the bat. That was like flipping the light switch off.
The kid is unbelievable. He's really unbelievable.
First hit since Royce's base knock in the 5th. Second hit tonight for Luke. And now it's Brooks Lee.
Unfades, 96 miles an hour inside corner, and he just turns on it.
Brooks.
And a little emotion at second base. A little fist pump, little point back into the dugout from Keyshaw.
His buddy Brooks Lee trying to drive him in. First pitch to Brooks is low. 1 ball, no strikes. That's been Brooks' kryptonite from the left side all year, and he knows it. Trying to stay off those pitches down. He spits on that one for a ball. It was a splitter below the zone. Twins down a run. The Tyne runs at second. Swung on a miss. And the count is 1-1. That splitter was better. It was up, and I think that's what induces the swing. It starts about belt high, ends up below your knees. Brooks spreads out from the left side, chokes up a bit. Pitch on the way, and that one is taken, and it's taken low and in. 2-1. Tough take, Brooks Lee. He's up in the count here, 2 balls and a strike. The way Keyshaw can run, you just need to find some turf here at the Rogers Center. 2 outs, top of the 9th, down a run. Luke off the bag at second. Hoffman a long look. Now the 2-1. Swung on, rolled to the right side. Vlad Guerrero has it, flips to Hoffman. Hoffman touches the base, and the ball game is over. The Blue Jays have won it as they've come from behind with a 3-run 8th inning to vanquish the Twins in Toronto. 9-8. The Toronto Blue Jays over the Minnesota Twins. We'll have your final lines in a moment. Glenn and Gino will have a lot to talk about in the postgame download. Do want to say, Glenn, it's been awesome. It's been fun. Can't wait till we get to do this again next year. You have been a wonderful addition to Twins Radio. Look forward to catching up with you on the download.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Chris. Thank you, and a great year on the radio with Twins Radio once again, and already looking forward to being back in the booth with you next year.
All right, we'll clean up that mess before Gino gets back on. We're going to send it to Gino for...
Let's see if